Monday, 8 days ago, and said, I saw enough against the Arizona Cardinals. They're going back to the Super Bowl, 96, 97 Super Bowl. Here we come. And the Packers got it done Sunday, as we discussed yesterday, against the Houston Texans. And now they're starting to get the praise that they deserve. If it wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, they were on the back end of the power rankings of ESPN. When I say back end of the top 10. Well, they got a signature win that we all had been asking for. And now we see them climb up the rankings. Now, I think no one's going to argue the 6-0 Kansas City Chiefs, they're number 1. The Detroit Lions, an NFC North division foe, is number 2. The Bills at number 3. The Baltimore Ravens at 4. And then the next NFC team, the second NFC team to make the list, is the Green Bay Packers at number 5.
What do you know?
Look at that, baby.
The next NFC team, the Minnesota Vikings. The top 3 NFC teams in ESPN's power rankings are all from the NFC North. Next one is the Commanders, and they're at 9. They play the Bears. That'll be an intriguing matchup to see if Jaden Daniels plays or not. But I want to focus on 5 and 6, because 5 obviously is the Green Bay Packers, and 6 is the Minnesota Vikings. And I've heard some discussion around both these teams. How are the Green Bay Packers at 5 and 2 ahead of the Minnesota Vikings at 5 and 1 when the Vikings beat the Packers? Guys, is this right?
If this is a backward-looking current snapshot of the NFL, this is not right. I love. Okay, don't give me that look, Kyle Wallace.
I hope you all can see the scowl from Kyle Wallace towards Brad Nortman on YouTube at ESPN
now,
Milwaukee
hold on now.
and ESPN Madison.
I'm a stats guy, so let just be showered by these stats right here, right? So the Minnesota Vikings.
Everyone loves a stats guy.
Oh, yeah. Minnesota Vikings have smacked every opponent they've played, basically, from the eye test and from on the field, except for the Lions, who they lost in a last-second field goal last week, right? On defense, they are 6th in the NFL in points per game given up. On offense, they are also 6th in the league on offense in scoring points per game. Now, I will say the Packers are 7th, just behind them, but the Packers' defense is much more middle of the pack. I just look at this and say, how can the Packers be a spot above the Vikings when the Vikings handled them a couple weeks ago, right? Maybe I'm just old school, but I think in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. I am not willing to put the Packers ahead of the Vikings until they go ahead and actually beat the Vikings. The Vikings have a better record. They're better statistically. They actually beat the Packers in pretty convincing fashion, even though I think going forward, now this is my Kyle Wallace, right?
I love the Green Bay Packers.
Now this, I'm
hedging, I don't like that.
I'm hedging.
I don't like that.
I'm hedging
He's
myself a little
mocking
bit
you
here
by telling you that the Vikings should be ranked higher than the Packers and then using your terminology.
I do project by the end of the season that the Packers will be ahead of the Minnesota Vikings. I project that. But there's no way we can be here in, what is this, week 8? Looking back the prior 7 weeks and say that the Vikings are objectively a worse team than the Green Bay Packers. It just makes no sense. So I hold out hope that the Packers will indeed beat them later in the season and will indeed be higher than them. But I just don't understand how this is possible.
Well, let's put it on Twitter at KBN ESPN on Twitter X. Based off the ESPN power rankings, the Packers are ahead of the Vikings. Should they be or shouldn't they be? Strofe, you word however you would like because I trust you back there.
That felt insincere.
What? Why do you guys, all 3 of you feel like I'm being insincere? I'm just
you could have heard a pin drop 3 miles away after
I trust you back there. Kyle Wallace, as I gave beads out to all of you guys on the show because we believe they're going to New Orleans.
By the way?
I am putting the Ben Brust guarantee that all
certifiable
envelopes will have addresses on them and beads in them by the end of the night.
Why haven't you asked us for help?
Because when am I going to get help from you guys?
What do you mean? I'm here every day after 5.
All you do is complain about all the work you have.
Okay, well, I can help. You can just give me some, and I can lick a little bit. And
I will say it's a little bit.
So you want to be the licking of the envelope guy?
I want to
It's a little convenient that
From
we
the
offered,
envelope.
we offered help when Ben's basically done. Hey, do you need help, by the way, on that? Yeah, he's basically done.
Hey, yeah. Like you're making a meal. Hey, you need help with anything?
Yeah. No, I'm
okay.
just about to
No, I
serve the
got it.
table.
No, I want to help today. I definitely what I got to do after work today. I think I'm free. I can help you. I want to help with something.
I have to go home and take
Oh.
care of a child, and when she goes to bed, that is when I will be writing the addresses to all of the people who texted into 800-990-3776
man, I
with their
tried.
address so I can send beads. Congratulations on the effort, guys, on your willingness to help. But we have Brad Nortman, who accepted these beads, and he has been the most critical of the Green Bay Packers since accepting the beads of us saying they are going to New Orleans. How do you respond after he mocked you in saying, I love the Packers, but they should not be ahead of the Minnesota Vikings?
Yeah, I disagree. I can't believe you even said that, Brad. I can't believe you came on KBN and spoke to KBN Nation and told us that you cannot believe in any scenario or circumstance that the Green Bay Packers, when it comes to Week 7 in the NFL, this going into Week 8 in the NFL, that you don't believe that Green Bay Packers should be ahead of the Minnesota Vikings. That is an absolute joke, because this is the thing. I don't care about none of the stats or none of the numbers that you talked about. The Vikings are a top 10 football team. I give them that. They're a good football team. We talked about before the season that they have great weapons, but we didn't believe in Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has shown that he's fine. He's fine. So this football team overall is a top team in the NFC. But at the end of the day, Brad, you see these right here? These are called glasses, right?
Yes, I
Without
see
these
those.
glasses, I ain't got 20/20 vision. But when I
Hell
watch,
no, you don't.
when-
I've seen you try and look without those.
I squint. When I watch Packers game, KBN Nation, just like a lot of y'all in y'all car,
Those some thick-ass glasses.
I put my glasses on so I can see 20/20. And when I watch the Green Bay Packers play, when I see the Minnesota Vikings play, I see it in 20/20 vision in the eye test. The eye test tells me exactly what you said in the end, is that, yes, the Vikings are a good football team, but the Green Bay Packers are a better football team. I understand they lost that game, but what I liked is I like in the second half, the Packers could have rolled over and died in that game. But what did they do? They stepped up. They scored some points. They made it a game late. The Vikings put us away, but they still made it a game late. And then at the end of that, you know who we have? We have Jordan Love. And that's something the Minnesota Vikings ain't got. So as you just said, Brad, to me, I think it's obvious why the Green Bay Packers are ahead is because overall, when you look at the rosters, you look at the teams, and you look at the leader of that football team in Jordan Love, that is the reason why the Green Bay Packers are ahead of the Minnesota Vikings. It's no knock on the Vikings. It just shows you how good Jordan Love is, Bradley. Stop tripping.
So the interesting part here is the Packers jumped 8 spots and the Vikings dropped 2. So the Packers took a big jump from 13 to 5, and the Vikings went from 4 to 6 after losing by a field goal
Shouldn't have
to
lost.
the Detroit Lions.
Shouldn't have lost.
This is what's nuts, right?
Took the L.
So the Packers beat the Texans 24-22. You know what the score of the Vikings versus the Texans was? 34-7.
Bravo.
34-7. They also beat the 49ers. The Jets win doesn't look as good right now. And they barely lost to the Detroit Lions. And they beat the Packers. So, listen, I don't think they will sustain this. I think the Packers will take them over by the end of the year. But there's no way you can tell me that the Packers have been more impressive and a better team right now than the Minnesota Vikings.
If they play in 2 weeks like the Packers play the Lions, who you choosing, the Packers or in Minnesota?
See, but I don't think that's the question here. The question is the power rankings are based off the records, and the records I see are 5-2 and 5-1, and the Vikings did beat the Green Bay Packers straight up.
Again.
And they handled them.
Are we just
They handled
Are
them.
we going to ignore the fact that Jordan Love just was coming back off an injury in that game? Are we just going to ignore that fact?
I mean, it plays a role.
Are we going to ignore the fact that even though it's still the NFL season, Jeff Hafley should have had his team ready, but it seems to me that he is starting to figure out what are some of the positive attributes that his defense has and how he can put them in a better position to create pressure. Because remember in that game, Sam Darnold was standing back there doing whatever he wanted to do. He was combing his hair. He was getting his dry cleaning. He was making calls. He was just chopping us up. So I think that should all play into it.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, the Packers are ranked 1 spot ahead of the Vikings on ESPN's power rankings. Should they be? Yes, Packers greater than Vikings. Very early, just got it out. 75%. No, Vikings greater than Packers. 25%.
So wait.
Data. What do you? So wait. What?
So the people agree with me.
No.
Oh. Come on, people.
You might be a
Get
data
that
guy.
nation.
You might
Stop tripping.
No,
You might be
that's
a
what I
data.
heard
You might be
that.
a data guy, but you got a hard time listening to the poll results.
Maybe I'm just like it's like the thing
was-
you want to hear what you hear what you want to hear kind of thing.
it was worded kind of weird.
I don't understand why. We're putting that on Strophe then.
Yeah, I am. I looked at him.
Why not just who should be ranked higher, Packers or Vikings?
I think you
For
did
the-
a great job, Alex.
For the record,
Why did that once again feel
What do you
insincere?
mean? That was sincere. I said 2 compliments. You're taking them the wrong
but
way.
But you full named me. You said, I thought you did a great job, Alex Strofe. Thank you, Benjamin Brust.
I'm branding you, Alex Strofe.
All right, Brad Nortman, stop tripping. Kyle Wallace, keep telling Brad Nortman to stop tripping. Ben Brust, stop being insincere to Alex Strofe.
What argument do you guys have that Vikings should be above the Packers? It should be flipped. The Packers should be 6, Vikings should be 5.
Disagree.
The pure.
Why?
the
Why
pure
do you
argument-
disagree, Alex
Why?
Strofe?
Kyle nailed it.
The eye test?
7 letters, 2 words. Eye test.
But the eye
Let me
test.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah. The Vikings.
Let me ask you
please,
several
please,
questions,
Please
actually.
bring the questions on.
Yes, here we go. Hold on. Let me get you some music for these questions.
Oh,
I'm
how
about to
juiced
ask you.
up.
All right, first question. Who do you trust more? Jordan Love or Sam Darnold?
That's not the question.
Oh,
That's the question.
He's asking you a new question.
Okay, fine. Okay.
What do you
Let's do this.
mean?
I
Defensive Brad today.
Trust,
Wow.
I trust Jordan Love more.
Who do you trust more, Matt LaFleur or Kevin O'Connell?
Jordan Love. Matt LaFleur.
Ooh.
Okay. What about who do you trust more, Brian Flores or Jeff Halfley?
Oh.
The answer is Brian Flores, for sure.
Who has better weapons, the Packers or the Vikings?
The Packers. Depth.
I don't know about that.
Top-heavy Vikings. Depth Packers.
Yeah, but those are the guys you're going to.
I'll take the Packers tight end, and I will take 4 receivers over there, too.
How about defense in general? Confidence to get a stop.
Hey, I thought I was asking this.
Let me ask you your question with a
specialty.
question.
If the Packers and Vikings were to play again today, Lambeau Field, right? When you think back to that last game, they lost by 2. I mean, it was the
Jordan Love
closest
didn't have
blowout
a
ever.
knee for the first half,
Exactly.
Brad.
That's my point, right?
Yeah,
Jordan
yeah,
Love
okay.
is healthy now.
I
He looks
understand
settled
that.
down. Who do you think wins today?
All right, that's
I
enough
think-
out of
I
Brad
think- I think
Nortman.
he's
gonna pick the Packers.
The beads.
I
He's
want
gonna
to pick the Packers because I lean toward the Packers. I want the Packers.
but I heard
Well,
a-
then
I
stop
heard-
tripping.
I heard a big.
But if you go on resume, it is the Minnesota Vikings. They've handled more teams, convincing margin of error, or margin of victory, excuse me. I mean, wait, we're celebrating a Texas win, which we should be, right? Because the Packers played well.
Sounds like we shouldn't.
But the Vikings beat them by 27 points.
Brad, Skull, Nortman, Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. We have it on the poll. After the power rankings are out, the Packers are ahead of the Vikings. Is that right? Do you believe that is right? The Packers should be ahead of the Vikings, the team that beat them. I want to get to this conversation. I also have a lot more planned for the show.
I didn't know Brad was born in St. Paul.
Yeah.
Thought he was born in Brookfield.
Guys, be objective for a moment. Be objective. It's okay. It's okay.
Brad,
You can still be
Skull,
Packer
Nortman,
fans.
go to
He
your
will
hole
be in that Hall of
for a
Fame
little
talk.
bit,
Just wait on it.
please. Goodness gracious, I'm revoking your New Orleans beads ASAP. We'll be
Keeping
back.
those.
Kyle Brust and Nortman with Brad, the Vikings fan.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Is one of the things that your girlfriend gets upset with is you interrupting her like this?
Probably. I just complimented you. What the hell? Stroh feeds you something in your ear and you Ron Burgundy verbatim what he says? I set you up for something, you jerk.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Shop Macy's lowest prices of the fall today. For the season's best prices on what you need now. Save 40 to 60% on new styles to get you ready for cooler temps. Like cozy coats for your crew, the perfect sweaters for layering, and more fall wardrobe updates. Plus, don't miss amazing specials for you and your home. So good, they won't last. At Macy's.
Choosing the right candidates for any office can be difficult.
My office has lots of drama.
I share my office. But no matter what kind of office you have, if you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the most qualified candidates for your roles fast. So, for any kind of office,
I'm really going places in my office.
count on ZipRecruiter to find the right candidates for it. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnofthebog.com.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Road, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Whether you're hauling, towing, or just plain trucking, it's Truck Month at Ewald Automotive Group. Shop hundreds of the toughest trucks from Chevy, Ford, GMC, and Ram with payments as low as $299 per month or financing as low as 0%. All backed by the Ewald exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty going on now while supplies last.
Go to EWaldAuto.com.
Select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Offers expire month end.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
And I need you, and I miss you, and now I want
Bradley, stop tripping. Bradley, stop tripping.
Good drop. Bradley, stop tripping. Brad Nortman is the Skull Man. The Minnesota Vikings standing by the fact that they are below the Packers on the power rankings, but should be above them. 800-990. Yeah, play that again.
Bradley, stop tripping.
That's right. Bradley, stop tripping.
Guys, I got to be honest with KBN Nation.
Well,
that's all I got's my integrity.
They're going to be honest with you. I'll tell you that much. 800-990.
Stop being a freaking hater.
3776. Ricardo in Canada. What do you got for Bradley?
Brad, you're going to be getting an email from the Punter Association of America. You set them back 5 years with that nonsense.
Oh, no.
Listen, you got to look at the trajectory of the teams. We've been getting better every single week. The Minnesota Vikings have plateaued. Sam Darnold, they've squeezed as much juice out of Sam Darnold as humanly possible. It's going to end now. They're not going to go any further. They're not going to keep going up. This is where they're at. I'm telling you right now. The glitz and the glamour and their schemes can only go so far. It's not X's and O's. It's Jimmy and Joe's. And we have the superior players. We're winning in better ways, and I'm telling you, the trajectory we're going to be. By end of year, mark my words, the Vikings will be third in the division. Not first, not second, but third in the division. They'll make the playoffs and get bounced in the first round. Boom!
Okay.
Boom!
Goes the Dynamite or goes the Vikings.
Thank you, Ricardo in Canada. You are always welcome to set Brad straight, and anyone else is welcome to set Brad straight at 800-990-3776. Usually I'm in this chair saying, Kyle Wallace said something ridiculous. Call in and make fun of Kyle, but today it's Brad Nortman.
Yeah, Ricardo, I appreciate the call. KBN Nation, listen, I get no pleasure saying this out of the Minnesota Vikings.
Kyle,
I agree. No, I don't.
What do you
I
think
don't
of his
any
vibe?
pleasure. I don't
know.
like
Here,
the Minnesota Vikings.
Here, these are. I'm going to give Brad some glasses. Y'all know how our
Let me see those
former
glasses.
running back Aaron
Let me see
Jones
him.
used to wear those sunglasses. I'm going to pass him some sunglasses
Let me
like
see.
Aaron
How do I look
Jones
at
because obviously you want to be Aaron Jones and the Vikings. So I'm going to have you wear sunglasses just like Aaron Jones and the Vikings. That's what you're going to do.
Guys.
You're a Viking lover.
I'm not a Viking lover.
No,
I'm a
you
realist, Kyle. I'm a realist.
No, it's not being real.
Look at you talk about the eyes. Look at what these eyes see right here. These eyes see the Vikings as currently speaking over the last 7 weeks and today as we speak, a more complete football team that has had more impressive wins, beaten more impressive opponents, and has beat the Packers themselves. Now, I agree the Packers have taken strides over the last couple weeks. Still, you can't take away from the fact that they only lost against the Lions on a last-second field goal and that they have a better record. It's actually not a bad tune right there.
Of course you think it's not a bad
It's
tune.
kind of catchy. It's kind of catchy. Listen, I don't want the Vikings to be better than the Packers, but today, a snapshot they are. Now, my projections, I'm right there with Ricardo, right? We fast forward to week 17. I believe the Packers will be higher. If we are projecting, that's a different conversation. But right now, on October 22nd, the Vikings, no doubt, have done more and have more impressive wins and should be ranked higher than the Green Bay Packers.
No, the Green Bay Packers have a quarterback in Jordan Love who leads the NFL in touchdown passes right now. And then on top
What
of
else
that,
is he leading in, Kyle?
He's tied. He's tied. He's tied with Pat Mahomes.
Whoa!
I'm just saying they've been flawed.
He's tied with Pat Mahomes.
They've been flawed.
And then you've seen a defense in the last 2 weeks. They slowed down Kyler Murray last week, which was very impressive. And then on Sunday, they were able to keep C.J. Stroud, who will one day have an MVP in the NFL, who will one day be talking about how he's one of the greatest quarterbacks to play NFL football. They held him to under 100 yards passing. That is the Green Bay Packers defense that did that. The defense was the Achilles heel for this team, and now they're actually looking like a plus. So when you add in a defense that's continuing to take the steps to get in the right direction to be a better football team, on top of an offense led by Jordan Love that is finding his rhythm, I believe the Green Bay Packers at this moment are playing a little bit better than the Vikings. They're both great. They're both great.
They are both
but
great.
it is great. I feel more confident about where the Packers are, and we already said it. It's because of Mr. L-O-V-E. Mr. Love.
800-990-3776. In a shocking twist, I did not see this coming. Brad Nortman is justifying that the Packers should not be ahead of the Minnesota Vikings in power rankings because he is wearing the Aaron Jones goggles. And did you notice when he put on those Aaron Jones goggles thing, he became more Minnesota?
He did.
Diana and McGuanago. Welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
No.
I think the Vikings are just getting lucky. We'll see at the end of the season how they're doing. And today's my birthday, guys.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, we're off key.
And I'm not gonna cry.
Of course, we're off key. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Diana.
What'd you say, girl?
And I'm not gonna lie. I do miss Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Diana, everything's going great, and then you drop in something like
being a freaking
you
hater.
drop in something like that.
Diana, don't you love Josh Jacobs?
Don't you?
No,
Don't you?
He left us. Well,
No, he
No, he
did
didn't.
not.
No,
They pushed him out the
He
door.
decided to take.
I'm okay with it.
He's going to be hurt again soon.
I'll take Josh Jacobs over Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I'm happy where I'm at.
Adam chimes in. All right, second place, Bradley. Data guy, Brad. Finance nerd, Brad.
Get him.
Where do the Packers defensive rank? Where does Jay Love rank? Where does the offense rank? Newsflash, above the Vikings in all of them.
Not in points per game on defense.
That's not what he said.
Hell, this defense last week, what they did.
I trust
points per
my
game,
research.
Impressive.
The research
impressive.
committee.
Really, the last 2 weeks has been impressive.
I will allow 22 points every game if you hold the opposing quarterback to 86 yards. I'll take it every week.
I'm okay with that.
You look ridiculous in those glasses.
No, I look good.
No, you look
you don't.
absolutely clownish.
No.
I can't pull him off like
when speaking
AJ?
like a clown, you must look like a clown, and you're executing that to perfection.
If we're going to use the Texans game as a case study and as a, what do they call it, like in the science world, a control, right? Something that you can be able to judge.
A dependent variable?
A dependent variable. You see how you can do it. It's not the transient property, but they beat the Texans.
I think I'm on that, right?
I don't know.
34
independent and dependent variables.
34-7 is who the Vikings beat the Texans by.
I can't listen to anything he's saying.
Why?
He's wearing it's the Aaron Jones glasses on steroids. They are double the size of his face, and they are that one giant lens combined over the nose, and they're very reflective.
Do they look good on Aaron Jones?
They look swaggy.
Brad's being a baby back.
No.
What?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive you don't look swaggy. You look like a clown. You look like a white guy trying to look cool.
The problem is that
I feel like I look like I'm from 2050. Like I feel like I'm from the future.
No, you actually. I actually think he looks like he's from 1990 at a beach, and you're trying to cover your face because you get a really bad burn on your face.
Yeah.
If you had sunscreen on your nose, like dolloped on your nose, it would look on brand.
Yes. Let's add that during the break to your douchiness today. Not a lot of people are fans, 800-990-3776, of Brad's take that the Vikings belong ahead of the Green Bay Packers. Here's what I'll say. I understand that the Vikings did beat the Packers straight up, right? I'll take that into account. But the trajectory and the reason why they jumped is because the string of wins and the way that the NFL and people look at the Packers is higher going into the year and higher still at the end of the year of how they look at the Vikings, right? To start the year, the Vikings were fourth in the division. It's been a cute story, but cute stories come to an end, right? Like at some point here, Sam Darnold's going to Darnold. And is the defense good? Yeah, sure. Are they going to be competitive? Yeah, sure. But the Packers have shown in their ability to win with Malik Willis, to get Jordan Love up to speed after that Vikings game, for him to win the last three, and to lead a game-winning drive. Jeff Hafley, you said it, 22 points and 86 passing yards for C.J. Stroud. That deserves a bump in rankings for me all day long.
I'm good with a bump in rankings, but a bump above a team that has beat you handedly, and has controlled almost every game they've played in outside the game that they just lost on a last-second field goal to the number 2 team in the rankings, the Detroit Lions.
Brad looks like a computer science guy trying to fit in with the football team. That's from Adam. Cody chimes in. Brad looks like a fake country guy. That's from Cody. Petey Pablo says, Brad, quit trying to sound smart. And John chimes in, sounds like you need a pair of Zubas to match your glasses.
Bradley, stop tripping.
That's a good addition.
And if you want to play What Does Brad Look Like, go to YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, and text in 800-990-3776 because they will be regressing to the mean, and the green and gold will be surpassing and already have surpassed the Minnesota Vikings. And to get more perspective on the power rankings, because I know my guy Tausch loves him some power rankings, Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, will join us next to put an end to Brad's madness, or add more to it. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hauntingly good deals await you at the Kunis Auto Group's October Spooktacular Savings Event. There will be no tricks, only treats.
Trick or treat!
On the price you'll get on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Prices will be slashed at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC. All marked down with October Spooktacular Savings discounts and incentives, including their entire inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 on lot or online. There'll be dozens of spooktacular service specials and everything from brakes, tires to oil changes. Plus, with any test drive in October, you'll be entered to win free gas for a year, with drawings held every Friday throughout the month at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis dealerships in both Greenfield and Oak Creek. Halloween savings aren't just slashed, they're chainsawed at the Kunis Auto Group's October Spooktacular Savings Event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopkunis.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucs fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at Bucs.com/tickets. That's Bucs.com/tickets.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
So what's better than a Packers win? Celebrating a Packers win behind the wheel of a newly redesigned 2024 Chevy Traverse C71. Yeah, that's better. And right now at Quick Trip, for every dollar you spend with Quick Rewards, you'll earn a Fan Zone point to spend in the Packers Zone. Then, with your Quick Rewards app, spend points for your chance to win prizes throughout the season, like a Chevy Traverse C71. Kick off your winning season with Quick Trip and your Green Bay Packers. See QuickTrip.com/fanzone for details.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Joining us now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is the Packers Hall of Famer. His name is Mark Tauscher. You can listen to him on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these very stations. I'm looking at his face on our YouTube stream as he is the man you'll hear with Homer on the Green Bay Game Day post-game show, where I love when they talk about the dog of the game. Welcome into the show, Tauschi.
Hey, fellas. How are you?
Doing well. Who did you have for the dog of the game? I didn't get to catch it.
I think I ended up going Eric Wilson, because I love the dog of the game segment. I think it's a really fun bit. I think a lot of our fans have really kind of embraced it. You know, woof woof, or if it's a big game, you really get the bark out. But I just always feel sick if I take the easiest. I call it the low-hanging fruit. And I thought that Tucker Kraft or Jeff Hafley would be the low-hanging fruit. But then when I went Eric Wilson, I took a lot of shrapnel saying that was the low-hanging fruit. So I'm not even sure if I know what the low-hanging fruit is anymore.
You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't, Tauschi.
I know.
Similarly, I know you're a big power rankings guy. The Green Bay Packers on ESPN.com are 5, and the Vikings are 6. Brad is adamant that the Vikings should be ahead of the Green Bay Packers. What say you?
I think at this point you have to. They beat us at our place, and they only have one loss. So if I look, well, I mean, what do you want me to say? It is what it is. I mean, if you did this in college football and you had 2 losses and the other team beat you, if Georgia had 2 losses and Alabama beat them and Alabama had 1 loss, would you think that Georgia should be ahead of Alabama? The answer is no. So it doesn't matter. The power rankings are a fun way to kind of take a weekly picture of what's going on. But Minnesota right now, I mean, they're ahead of us in the division. So, yeah, at this point, it is what it is, but I think if you asked me who I would like or who I think would win the game if they played, I would take Green Bay. But you have to go off of what you've seen and what the results are. Otherwise, what are we doing playing?
Brilliance from Mark Tauscher once again. Well explained, Mark Tauscher.
Nordy, I take it you're on my side on that?
Yeah, I am. I'm the only one on your side. I mean, look, I think that the Packers should...
You got 2 homers there.
Yeah,
I can't look at anything.
We're just trying to be objective and honest, Tausch.
Stop tripping.
Just a couple of former NFL guys trying to be honest. That's right.
All right, shut up and ask your question.
Okay, yesterday, Tausch, I made the declaration that the winner of the NFC, who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, it will come from the NFC North. Do you buy that take, or is that just too early?
You cut out, who did you say were going to be, is it Green Bay and Detroit?
It'll come from the NFC North. I mean, get rid of the rest of them. It will come from the NFC North, whoever wins the NFC and represents them in the Super Bowl.
I'm going to even go one step further and say it's going to be either Green Bay or Detroit.
Oh, wow.
I am not going to buy. Now, obviously, things can happen, but if it ends up being where Green Bay ends up winning it and is the 1 seed or the 2 seed, and then you have the other top wild card, more than likely will be the loser of the NFC North as that 5 seed, as long as being that both of those teams match up. The Washington Commanders, I think they're a nice team, but they're young. I don't think they're quite ready, and I think San Fran, you kind of seeing, can they right the ship? I'm not buying it. I don't think, unless they get a healthy McCaffrey back, which doesn't sound great. Ayuk is done for the year.
Debo has pneumonia.
I just think they're kind of, and
what a drop in. Yes, Debo does have pneumonia.
That's serious. That's more than just
he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I think the winner of the NFC North is going to be whoever gets the 1 seed and it wins the NFC North. I think will end up going on to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'll join that club.
And hopefully during that Super Bowl will be Jordan Love in it celebrating with the Green Bay Packers, hopefully bringing the trophy back home to Lambeau Field. But I want to ask about Jordan Love. How does Matt LaFleur get Jordan Love to cut down on the interceptions? Because in order for us to go to the Super Bowl, Tausch, he has to be more responsible throwing that football, doesn't he?
I agree. I think, you say a couple of things like that, people are, well, you have to let him grow. You do. And this is all part of the process of figuring out how he's going to play this. I love the fact that he made the rip a post route just barely off the safety's hands into Tucker Kraft's chest for a touchdown. I love seeing those plays. There are going to be some the thing that I really would hope that we learn from the last week is how he's going to approach the flow of a game and understanding there's some games where you're going to have to score a lot of points. You maybe need to take more chances. But understanding that the Texans couldn't move the football in any way, any meaningful way consistently, understand what the game is asking you to do. And that's all part of that maturity process that I think he's still going through. And I think that's more than saying you need to slow your roll and don't fit this into this spot. It's just know when to take your risks. And in a game like this, you don't need to, because we're going to be good enough to score. If we don't give them short fields, they're not going to score any points. And I guess understanding that is more of what I'm concerned about than maybe any of the other stuff.
Talking with Packers Hall. Oh, yeah. That was hit it.
Huh?
Talking with Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher here on Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. That fake little just resets time and acts like nothing happened. Tauschi.
Okay, that's good.
Josh Jacobs is an intriguing name for me right now. 12 carries, very efficient. 5 catches. Obviously, he got the touchdown. Only 16 yards in those 5 catches. I feel like I know there's a game flow component, but he needs more touches. And I heard Brian Balaga hit on this as well, because Jason didn't agree with me. I just feel like there was a couple times where they got a little too cute, right? A couple end arounds where you're in short yard situations, 2nd and 3rd. Give the ball to the horse.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. I think, early in the season, obviously when Jordan was out, I think he had the 32-carry game, and everybody was freaking out. I'm like, he's a bell cow. You need him to get kind of like what Wisconsin is doing. You need guys to get those reps to kind of get lathered up and to get the feel for a game. Josh Jacobs is that guy. Now, I thought last week, and I bet if you asked Matt LaFleur, I didn't think he called a great game. I thought it was choppy, with too many 3-and-outs. He never really, as you kind of just put it, got into a flow of a game. So part of it, I think, is that, and you didn't get as many reps, you didn't get as many snaps. So you're limited a little bit with what you would do with Josh Jacobs. But, yeah, the fact that he has been as good as he's been and you found a way to get him a receiving touchdown, the more the merrier. I think you need to really utilize him in a big way, because this offense, when it really gets unlocked, that play-action pass, and that all gets set up by effective running by Josh Jacobs.
Tausch, I want to know what your thought is on this pass rush, right? Because it was pretty absent the first several weeks. Then they kind of contained Kyler Murray. And then last week they looked great getting pressure on C.J. Stroud. Now, the way I see how Hafley handled it. It was kind of scheme and games and movement and all that kind of stuff. An analogy I would make is it seems like that's what Matt LaFleur did with Malik Willis, but it's inherently limited. You can't just do that every week. So that's almost my feeling about this pass rush. He's like, that's great. We got pressure on Stroud for 1 week, but I'm not sure it's something that you can just repeat and do all the time. Do you think the Packers have discovered a new way to rush the passer successfully for the long term? Or do you kind of view it how I do? Well, it was kind of scheme-oriented, like what the offense did with Malik Willis, but how much can you repeat something like that?
I think it needs to be both. I don't think you can't just line up and say, all right, our 4 are going to beat your 5. Now, that's in an ideal world. We've seen a little bit of that, and when you're talking about Minnesota has a good offensive line. They handled some of that. I think you saw in the second half when you fell behind, they started blitzing and were more successful. So you can't just lean on that. But I think we've been too bland in the past. I want to see, this whole simulated pressure where you're showing something and it comes from the other way and you're always showing and trying to get the offensive line to make a declaration and then you can kind of adjust off of that. And the bottom line is, I don't care if it's Rashawn Gary or if it's Eric Wilson. You need to just get somebody with a free rush to the quarterback or that can get home. And if you need to rush 5 sometimes to do that, I would agree. I don't want to be sitting in a position where you always have to blitz in order to get anything done. But I also think it doesn't need to always be so difficult. You can make your life easier with your guys by getting one-on-one matchups, not letting the offense get comfortable with understanding how they're going to protect and set up different schemes to kind of handle some of your better pass rushers. So to answer it, I'd say you have to have both, but in a perfect world, really good defenses get home with 4. And I think Green Bay's still trying to figure out who those 4 guys are going to be when it really becomes kind of the big playoff push.
Those 4 guys probably aren't on the roster this year, are they?
Oh, yeah, they are.
Okay.
I would say.
If that is true,
you don't think Carl? Look at Carl. Hey, Kyle, look at Carl Brooks' stat line. How many times?
I said he's a stud. Do you believe he's a stud?
Carl Brooks. Carl Brooks has been one of my favorites. He is one of those guys. You put him in there, and good stuff happens.
Yeah,
and
I like
when
Carl.
you do that, you know what coaches do? They say, "Well, man, I'm an idiot if I don't leave you in there." That's what you want your guys to do. So Devontae Wyatt has been successful when he was healthy. Hopefully, he gets back. And I think Rashawn Gary the last 2 weeks has been a lot better. He's taken a lot of heat because he's getting paid a lot, and he maybe didn't have the best week, obviously, against Minnesota. So I wouldn't write everybody off yet. I do think there's enough talent here to get it done, and I think when you mix in the different schemes now that Jeff Hafley is doing, hey, you feel a lot better about what you got going on.
Who's the second best player on the team outside of Love?
Ooh, Xavier McKinney.
Yeah.
Let's go and give it to him.
Yeah. I had some options written out if you want to hear them.
Sure. Love to.
I was thinking Jaden X, Jair, Tucker, Jacobs.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Xavier McKinney, the impact he's had already, I don't think it's necessarily close. I think you have a lot of other young guys that have been really good in spurts and have a potential to do it, but I mean, the guy's got 5 picks, a fumble recovery. The defense has changed. He's changed a lot of the culture of what you're doing already. I just have a hard time picking anybody else. But the question I'd have for you, and I know you guys usually let me ask a question at the end if I want, is under 25. So Jordan's not available. Xavier's not available. Who's your guy?
Evan Williams.
Under 25. Evan Williams. Okay.
I like Tucker Kraft.
Tuck's a good one.
Yeah, Tuck.
You mentioned Carl Brooks too. There's some intriguing options out there. Like
under 25. Jaden Reed's under 25.
You can take him.
Yeah. Jaden Reed is under 25.
He's under 25. I guess he is.
Yeah, second year. Probably 23.
Oof.
You also Zach Tom is under 25.
Yeah, that's all about stud.
So I guess the point that is being proven by this, and I know Demoski wrote this article, so I stole it from him, is that Goody's done a hell of a job. I think that's the takeaway point on that.
Goot Stan, Mark Tauscher, we appreciate the time as always.
All right, see you, fellas.
That's Mark Tauscher, Packers Hall of Famer. Listen to him, Wildy and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon across these very stations. I'm curious if anybody has somebody outside Xavier McKinney as the second best Packer outside of Jordan Love. 800-990-3776. And while you think and text that or comment on YouTube, Kyle's going to tell you how to win money.
Yes, this is my favorite part of my day because I get to tell you all about Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Fantasy. It is so fun to play. I tell y'all, I love playing it, and it's so easy to play. And this is exactly how you do it. You basically download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So just go to the app on your phone or go to UnderdogFantasy.com, and you select higher or lower on player stats. Yes, when you make your entry, you select higher or lower on player stats, and you get to project what their stats are. So are they going to have higher than a half touchdown? Are they going to have higher than 55 receiving yards? That's what you get to do. And if your picks hit, you can win big money. Yes, up to 1,000 times your money. Yes, 1,000 times your money with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And it's so easy to get in. So all you have to do is download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app and utilize promo code KBN. Sign up with promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Yes, $1,000, up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit using promo code KBN. So make sure you do today on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. And always remember, it must be 18 plus in present state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Get in the game with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app.
800-990-3776. Who is the second best player on the Green Bay Packers not named Jordan Love? Is it Xavier McKinney? Is it the low-hanging fruit, as Mark Tauscher would say? We'll hear from you next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
What's going on? Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You got to be better.
But I'm giving it my all.
I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. On this show, it's always football season.
And your argument was that the coaches wanted him to return it.
Yeah, I think,
and he very clearly said no.
They wanted him to take it to the house.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Play the results, are we?
That's what coaches do sometimes, yeah.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's bird bashing season when you swoop into Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to a wicked 50 grand cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card all October for entries. All Bird Bash entries go towards a December 20th giveaway with a monstrous 300 grand in prizes. Bird Bash makes its bewitching return. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnofthebog.com.
How would you like to own a jewelry store?
Kessler's Diamonds is an employee-owned company.
And Kessler's is growing. Are you the kind of person we're looking for?
Does it make you happy to make other people happy?
Are you a problem solver?
Would you like to wake up every morning knowing that you're going to help a lot of people find joy today?
Kessler's Diamonds is people serving people.
Keep in mind that Kessler's is owned by its employees. So let me ask you this. Are you a good enough leader that you can be an owner who leads other owners?
Don't worry, you don't have to know about diamonds. We can teach you about diamonds. But the people we're looking for aren't looking for a job.
Did someone pop into your head just now?
Do you think you might know who we're looking for?
Give that person a call.
Send them an email.
Tell them to walk into Kessler's Diamonds and say to the person who greets them,
I think I want to work here.
Welcome to Kessler's.
A fantastic place to buy jewelry and a wonderful place to work.
For the store nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Experience elite orthopedic care at OAW. Their skilled teams in Pewaukee, Brookfield, and Muckwonago offer tailored treatment for your needs.
The Milwaukee Bucks preseason in the books, and now all eyes set on Wednesday's opener at the Philadelphia 76ers. Former Sixers head coach and now Milwaukee Bucks head coach Doc Rivers, entering his first full season as the Bucks lead man, discusses the advantages of having a full offseason as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks.
First of all, I can create my own staff, which is important. I think having the guys that you want around you matters.
It's Bucks and Sixers to open the NBA season Wednesday night, 6:30 tip, 6 o'clock pregame on our sister station, 620 WTMJ.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Book your appointment today at orthowisconsin.com.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Crystal Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. And as always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices guaranteed.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, fine. It's not a conversation. It's Xavier McKinney. I'm cool with that. He's the second best player on the Green Bay Packers outside Jordan Love. My name's Ben Brust alongside Packer backer and Packer owner Kyle Wallace. Brad Nortman, the Vikings stan and extraordinaire himself, is with us.
Bradley, stop tripping.
Alex Strofe run the show, UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776. And on YouTube, you can see our beautiful faces when Strofe takes off the break screen. On YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, Brad's got issues. Not in his marriage anymore. I don't know if he can hear and cuddle, but he's got new issues.
Yeah, the hearing hasn't improved.
Oh, that's
I've got
not
a
good.
doctor's appointment Friday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the cuddling is still affected. Cuddling is still. I've still lifted my head up to make sure I hear everything that Lexi has to say.
You'll make wearing a hearing aid cool, my friend.
I hope I don't have to cross that bridge.
It's okay.
What's the over-under on my age getting a hearing aid?
How old are you?
35.
Too early.
I've had hearing issues from birth.
Well, yeah, so I mean, this was inevitable.
I'm going to tell you right now, wearing these headphones every single day.
Oh, that is shockingly
37
early.
and a half.
I hope I'm the over.
Brad, I'm telling you for your own sake, you should get it with these headphones that you're wearing. Because I will get in your ear loud and obnoxiously.
You should turn the volume
Why'd
down
you
a
bark?
little bit.
To make his left ear see if it works.
Yeah. It's still a little bit like, I feel like I'm hearing things behind my right eye. Like that's about where it's at.
Yeah, he's getting a hearing aid.
That's cool. It's fine, man.
35 and a quarter.
Yeah. Well, next week, Friday, they say, okay, hearing aids. But yeah, there's the normal amount of, as I'm walking around the Nortman estate, I see cobwebs here and there. I see spiders here and there. And it's reaching a level where I was like, it's caught my attention. Like, man, how did the spider web get there? And it's in this room too. But I don't really think much of it because all these spiders are tiny, right? They're little tiny guys who are just trying to make a home. And I'll squish them. I'll take the thing. But I was walking through the area between where our garage stairs goes to our unfinished area. And
wait a second. There's an unfinished area in the Nortman estate?
What's going on?
It's storage.
Cheapos.
It's storage. We got to put these boxes somewhere. And I saw
Nortman slum.
I saw and this is where these spiders want to go. I saw an Amazonian type size spider.
No, you didn't.
And I was just like, okay, I got to find this out.
What do you mean an Amazon?
It was big.
You would find in the rainforest?
Yeah, it was a big spider. That's what I'm trying to say. Big spider. Way bigger than I ever anticipated.
What is these circumference? Is it like a penny? Is it a dime? Is it a quarter? Is it $50?
I would say, wow, those are very good descriptors, actually. I would say the body.
Enough with the actually.
The body is like a quarter. And then the legs were thick legs, right? I mean, not like tarantula legs, but they were strong. And when I went to
strong.
When I went to squish it, skirted away.
What do you mean? So you didn't try to squish it? So what do you think?
No, I did try to.
It's a robot.
You missed it?
I missed it. It went in a crack and it went right between the walls.
You know,
So how do you get rid of spiders? KBN Nation, help me. How do you get rid of spiders? Is there a spray I can do? Like, what can I do so that there's no more cobwebs in the Nortman estate? And these Amazon spiders that I saw once after 2 years, but it's still freaking me out a bit.
Wait a minute, Brad. Did you just ask, is there a spray? I understand how, rich you may have been. You earned it. He worked hard. He's an NFL punter, so he made a lot of money.
True.
So are you telling me that you haven't heard of something called like Raid or anything like that?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But you just spray it everywhere? You just take the you go.
You are going to war. If you feel like your house
You're going to war.
No, if you feel like your house
I was at war with a woodpecker and these spiders.
No.
Well, and there's many spiders. One woodpecker. There's many spiders.
Where's their home at?
What are you trying to put out there, Kyle?
Nest? Where's the nest? Where are they coming from?
I don't know. I haven't seen the den.
Listen, you gotta spray them. And then when you kind of find where you think you see the cobwebs, you might find some little egg or a little.
You do what I do, Kyle. You spray the whole bottle.
You spray everything.
You just unload the clip.
Yeah, I unloaded the clip in my basement. I thought I could poison myself. I called poison control at 4:00 in the morning. And so you just gotta empty the clip, spray every crevice of your basement to make sure that they no longer can infest your home.
800-990-3776. Ron on the key. It's either good or it's bad. I'm gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy or not enjoy this.
Okay. So first off, Brad, I think my wife and Pratik's answer to your question is you just burn the whole damn place down.
Burn down the
Nortman estate? That big, you just got to burn.
Bruce Wayne rebuilt it?
Yeah, rebuild. This time you have blinds. Everything's solved.
Fair.
Then really quick, Kyle.
Yes.
Think in your head, if I handed you $500, what would you buy tomorrow?
What would I buy tomorrow?
And now imagine you would have had the guts. Now imagine you would have the guts and the conviction to take the bet that the Packers would have won the next 3 games when I offered it to you in week 2.
What was the bet again?
Thank you for the call.
I don't even know what it was. How would I? It would have had 500.
You had 500 smackaroos.
I would have turned what into 500?
Remember when we were talking about how many games the Packers would win when Jordan Love went down?
He's gonna give me 100 per game.
I think he bet you $500 that they wouldn't have 3 wins.
Listen, my money ain't built like that. I don't know what you do for a job, but I can't be betting $500. I'm gonna go home to my girl, baby. I lost $500. Hell no, I can't risk that.
I don't know what the bet was, and leave it to Ron and the Key for a horrible call, providing zero context to what the bet is, and then also dropping Pratik's name, who's one of our great teammates who does not work in content that nobody listening knows.
I was confused about that.
Just a 0 out of 10 call from Ron and the Key right there. That is why I say it's always good or always bad.
I'll give him a 1 out of 10.
All right. Very nice of you.
Yeah, I mean, he did make the joke to burn down the Nortman estate, which is a funny visual.
No, it wasn't funny.
It's a shock.
I'm not going to lie. I had the Wayne Manor burning down in
a big fire.
It
the Batman Begins.
It seems like arson to me and a little pyromaniac to me. I don't like it.
All right. Let's cut the crap, guys. And I'm talking to me. I'm talking to Strove.
That's today.
I'm talking to Kyle and Brad.
Woo! Bradford for this next segment.
22 and 5. 6 ties. 22 and 6. I've been sitting at 500 way too long. Almost
a month.
Are you smarter than Ben Brust? 15 questions in 90 seconds. You're allowed to say skip or pass. And if you get through all the questions, Bradford, the dork that he is, will come back and you will get to answer those. 800-990-3776, caller 10. And if you win, you have the pride of getting me below 500. If you tie, you win as well, but it doesn't help anything. But you will win a $25 gift card. Caller 10, are you smarter than Ben Brust? 800-990-3776. This is a big one, folks. This is a big one. 800-990-3776. Caller 10 to play. Are you smarter than Ben Brust? In 2 minutes.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Lakeland University. Don't put your life on hold to earn your degree. Build a schedule that meets your needs. Lakeland.edu.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff. We like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated and uncompromising. Like an award-winning men's grooming experience from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Open 7 days a week, even Sundays. Walk in anytime, and before you know it, our talented stylist will bring you back to a simpler time. A time when you were handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We put out a call to KBN Nation saying, listen, KBN Nation, it is time for Ben Brust to finally, at long last, achieve a losing record here on KBN and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Since our program's inception over a year ago, he's always been at least or over 500. He is 22, 22, and 6. I believe today is the day that we will have Ben Brust get an L in that loss column, and he will finally be below 500. And answering that call is Jason in Bayside. Jason in Bayside already has a 1-0 record against Ben Brust, things I love to hear. Jason, is today the day that you will hand Ben Brust his long-awaited losing record?
I don't want to guarantee victory, but I'd like to say absolutely.
You know what? That's okay to be humble. I like that.
Yeah. He's respecting the game. He's respecting his opponent, but there's still enough confidence where I say, okay, let's go ahead and do this. Strophe, let's go ahead and spin it now.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Oh, that's right. It is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Here's how we play. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correctly as you can, and you're allowed to say pass if you don't want to answer it, and we'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If you beat or tie Ben Brust, you will win a $25 gift card, and boy, that gift card will be oh so sweet. Jason, any questions before we get kicked off?
No, I'm ready to go. All
right, let's do it. Let's get the clock started in 3, 2, 1. What is the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit?
212 degrees.
What is the most populated city in the state of Montana?
Helena.
What is the most populated city in the state of Vermont?
Montpelier.
What sea creature's heart is located in its head?
Blue whale.
What organ is responsible for filtering blood in the human body?
The heart.
In the 1980s, what U.S. city briefly named its U.S. treatment plant, its waste treatment plant, after comedian George Carlin?
New York City.
What is the name of the largest rainforest on Earth?
Amazon.
In what city would you find the headquarters of the United Nations?
New York City.
What is the smallest planet in our solar system, not including Pluto?
Uranus.
How many stars are on the flag of the European Union?
Pass.
What is the longest river in the U.S.?
Mississippi.
Who is the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt?
King Tut.
Tough questions today. I didn't do many favors by jacking up the European Union question.
Yeah, this was hard.
I thought, Kyle,
hell?
what did I say when I was reading these in break?
You said
I
these are tough. Ben ain't going to do very well either.
I said these are tough questions.
He'll get
What do we
murdered.
got him for?
That is a 3 spot for Jason.
It's going to be close. It might be a
Three
tie
spot.
again.
Yeah.
If we have another tie, let's just lie to him.
We have the...
It's going to be close.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
Benjamin Brust back in the big boy chair.
Drink some of that water because you're going to need to be real sharp for today.
You might be parched when these questions are through being answered. How do you feel, Benny?
I feel pretty good. Strove called me a punk and a loser, and I'm going to make my whole family sad today.
Oh, wow.
I may
trash
have
talk right
texted him while Jason was going to get in his head.
There you go. Get that water. You need it. I'm telling you this right now. Get that brain going. Stimulate it because you like to be stimulated, right?
I hope your fiance isn't listening.
It's powerful. You are playing Jason in Bayside, who is 1-0 against you.
I really want you to lose. I hope you know that.
I'm well aware.
Ben's back's against the wall. And as a reminder, here's how we play. Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, presented by Lakeland University. Ben is 22, 22, and 6. 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If Jason in Bayside beats you, he's going to win a $25 gift card. Benjamin Brust, any questions?
No, loser.
You're so nervous
Vikings
right
fan,
now.
Brad.
You're the
He's
loser.
so nervous right
You're
now.
the loser.
Wow. You're about to bomb. I can already tell. Oh, my gosh. She's going to choke.
All right, here we go. Let's get this started.
This is the most you've talked in this segment in 5 years.
I could tell your demeanor. You're about to choke. He's nervous.
All right, here we
Hold
go.
on real quick. Chef Ed just texted and he got a 7. I don't know how
That's
he
a damn lie, Chef Ed. That's a damn
We haven't read the answers. I got a 7.
Oh, that's actually true. All right, here we go. Let's get this started in 3, 2, 1. What is the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit?
232.
What is the most populated city in the state of Montana?
Bozeman.
What is the most populated city in the state of Vermont?
I can't name it.
What sea creature's heart is located in its head?
Starfish.
What organ is responsible for filtering blood in the human body?
The liver?
In the 1980s, which U.S. city briefly named its waste management treatment center after comedian George Carlin?
Pass.
What is the name of the largest rainforest on Earth?
The Amazon.
In what city would you find the headquarters of the United Nations?
Pass.
What is the smallest planet in our solar system, not including Pluto?
Mercury.
How many stars are on the flag of the European Union?
10.
What is the longest river in the U.S.?
The Missouri.
Who is the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt?
Don't know.
Who is the god of war, the Greek god of war?
Thanos.
What year did World War I begin?
1906.
What fast food chain once tested bubblegum flavored broccoli for kids to eat healthier?
These are the dumbest questions in the world. McDonald's.
The most populated city in the state of Vermont is what?
I don't know.
Damn it.
I told you.
Unbelievable.
I
won. No.
No, you
Even
tied.
worse.
No.
I tied.
No, he
Another
won.
tie.
He won.
He won.
He did. Which one's
I
he
won.
right?
What did he win?
No. What did he get right?
He won. It's a 4 spot. He won.
What did he get? What did he get? The McDonald's?
Yeah, the McDonald's dumbest question in the world.
Wait, rain 4. Oh, he did get 4.
Yeah!
No.
23, 22.
He goes, this is the dumbest question in the world. Got it right for the win.
That is absurd.
I ain't gonna
These
lie.
questions were
crazy.
They were hard.
They're bad.
They weren't even
questions.
hard. They were just so obscure.
George Carlin, what the hell?
Well, yeah. If
well,
you,
wait till you hear the
hey,
answer.
how about Mr. 414?
Oh.
That'd be the answer.
Milwaukee?
It's Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, I never heard of that.
23, 22, and 6. I've never been below 500 in the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust era of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Unbelievable.
Did he get the smallest planet one right?
No. Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah,
he
knows that one. He knows it. I knew he was going to say Mercury.
Let's go through the answers. I thought it was. I was smiling midway through because I'm like, he's not going to get it, and he came away with McDonald's at the end. Okay, let's go through the answers. What is the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit? Jason got this right. It's 212. You said like 230 something. 212.
212.
Most populated city in the state of Montana. Billings. Billings. What is the most populated city in the state of Vermont? Burlington. I probably wouldn't have got that one.
Never would have got that.
This is a fascinating one. What sea creature's heart is located in its head?
Not a bad answer by you, by the way.
Yeah, starfish, that was a good answer. Shrimp. Shrimp is the answer.
Uh-oh. I've eaten hearts and heads, huh?
Haven't we all? Well,
don't you rip the top off the shrimp?
Well, that's the tail. Doesn't the head get cut off?
Are we eating hearts?
Yeah, the head. You're not eating the face.
Well, the
of
head
a
and the
shrimp.
heart are in the same spot. The heart is in the head, and I don't think we're eating
800-990-3776. Do you eat the head of a shrimp?
Wow, we really show how stupid we are sometimes.
But wait a minute. If you eat like a shrimp cocktail, the head isn't on it.
Get through the answers, and then we'll figure this out.
Okay. What organ is responsible for filtering blood through the human body? Another good guess, I thought, by you, Ben. You said
He said the liver.
Kidney,
yeah.
Dang.
What?
But
Y'all
liver,
both had bad
liver filters
something.
other things.
Yeah, like bad stuff.
Yeah.
But not blood. Well,
This is the faux answer. In the 1980s, what U.S. city briefly named its waste treatment plant after comedian George Carlin? Love to know the story behind this one. Milwaukee. What is the name for the largest rainforest on Earth? Amazon rainforest. Got that right. In what city would you find the headquarters of the United Nations? You passed New York City. New York City.
Duh, it's in the. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, you still won.
Smallest planet in the solar system, not
Right.
including Pluto, Mercury. Was this a guess, or did you know that one?
No.
he knows this one.
Big Mercury guy.
Have we done that one?
Yeah, we've done it. He gets it right every single time.
Every time.
I don't know that I've ever done that one.
Well, somebody else, Chris must have. He gets it right all the time.
How many stars are on the flag of the European Union? 12. I believe
good guess,
Is that
man.
for like the 12 countries?
I'm assuming so.
I don't know. The longest river in the U.S. is the Missouri River. It's pretty impressive.
Job, Ben.
I was so proud of. I was really
Pretty
proud of that
impressive.
one.
Did you catch that I tried to throw you off?
I did, but I was pretty confident because I've gotten that one wrong so many
You thought
times.
he'd do Mississippi?
Well, he said Missouri, and I shook my head no at him. I was trying to make him switch to Mississippi.
Were you sweating, Strofe? Is that why you were trying to get him going?
No, he's
Probably
just trying
was.
to play mind games.
This was a good one. Who is the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt? Cleopatra.
Oh no!
Why did you say it like that?
No, because she's famous. I didn't know she was the last one.
Yeah.
You want your country to end like that?
I don't know. Well, I mean, it wasn't necessarily a great empire. Treated people well. But anyway, who was the Greek god of war? Ares, not Thanos. I thought that was it. I thought, okay, we're gonna end up tied here. What year did World War I begin? 1914.
Okay.
1914. And then the one that sealed the victory. What fast food chain, this is disgusting, by the way. What fast food chain once tested bubblegum flavored broccoli for kids to eat healthier? McDonald's.
Why is that disgusting? That's actually a really good idea.
Bubblegum flavor.
Yeah, because
kids love bubblegum.
Yeah, so you get kids addicted to the taste of broccoli.
Think about how engineered that piece of broccoli is.
No, but
that can't be healthy.
No.
But think about the health impact if kids eat broccoli.
Chef Ed chimes back in 800-990-3776. After hearing the answers, I only got 3.
That's the first time I believe him.
Chef Ed, you are an icon.
Petey Pablo chimes in terms of, in reference to the shrimp conversation, it would be a hearty meal. See what you did there?
Oh, Chef Ed, that's so good.
I got 7. We didn't give the answers. I got 3.
The initial text, which I did not read all of, from Chef Ed at 3:07, it was right before Benny went. He said, "Guess who? I got a 7."
That's outstanding.
I love how you guys are so sad right now.
I'm sad.
I'm proud of it.
I'm not happy.
In my defense, you getting a 4 spot is almost always a guaranteed loss. No offense to Jason and Bayside. I blame it on Jason and Bayside.
No, I give you credit because not only did you win, you won like a boss. You called out the question asker, telling him how trash the questions were,
actually.
and then you got it right to win on that. That's some boss stuff. Hey, listen, I don't want you to win, but boy, you earned it today.
Thank you.
Strofe, do you want to call your shot? At what point will he be under 500? Thanksgiving, Christmas.
I'm making it to 2025, baby.
So this was episode number what? 51 of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, since Kyle Brust and Nortman has come has blessed your radio airwaves.
Isn't it 52 weeks in a year?
Yes, but Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, you guys didn't have shows those weeks?
Yes, we did. We do it on Tuesday.
Just relax. Minor details. I mean, it's not going to be every week. Goodness gracious.
I'm just confused.
Let Brad be the data nerd.
This is number 51. I'll say by number 55, we are one game under 500.
Damn. 4 weeks.
Give me a month. Well, he's one game above 500, so I've got to beat him at least twice, and you got to throw in a couple ties.
The ties have been very much happening. But I am celebrating this Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust victory with a Palermo's Pizza. Screamin' Sicilian Pizza is the premium craft pizza. It's tasty, delicious, and it has tons of toppings. And you guys got your coupons. You're going to enjoy your free pizzas. But we had a couple in the office, and I was holding the Screamin' Sicilian box. There's a little bit of a hole through the smile of the Screamin' Sicilian face, and you can see a little bit of plastic. And I could see all the toppings of the holy pepperoni. I'm like, that's why I love my Palermo's Screamin' Sicilian Pizza. Whole milk mozzarella cheese, secret tomato recipe sauce, and you have thin and crispy tavern style 2.5 feet of stuffed crust cheese, and the OG Screamins. Look, the Boss Hog is a boss like I am. If you like sausage pizza, I grew up loving sausage pizza. The Boss Hog, if you want to try one Screamin' and fall in love and you like sausage pizza, try the Boss Hog. If you love pepperoni, do the holy pepperoni. If you love cheese, they got a ton of different cheese on the Bessie's Revenge. Supremus Maximus is rising in the power rankings really, really fast. And as always, when Jonathan Brust came to town to surprise me for my birthday, basically just hang out with my daughter, he went to the local grocery with me. And guess what he found? The Mambo Italiano!
Mambo!
Find your screaming pleasure and taste what all that screaming is about. Strofe A, love them. Just better luck next time. Bradford C, you tried, didn't rattle Benny much. That's the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust official grader. More, Kyle Brust Nortman with a positive record, Ben Brust and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. That's going to be annoying next.
Cool. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, things are moving along relatively well so far this afternoon. We do have a little bit of a backup on 41 southbound from just south of Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol. Southbound on 43 also slow from Hampton down to Capitol on that side. On the northbound side of 43, we've got a broken down vehicle off on the right shoulder. Looks like it's a pickup truck and it's behind the barrels, so shouldn't be affecting the ride too much. Westbound 94 backed up from 27th Street out to Mitchell Boulevard. And on 894 eastbound, right about at 27th Street, looks like we've got a crash off on the right shoulder. Looks like there's a semi involved, but again, it's off on the right shoulder. Not seeing too many delays with that. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy, becoming breezy, a low of 51. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and cooler, a high of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to the Weekly Wager with Greg Matzik, Ben Brust, and Jen Latta.
If someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything, you take it.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Staying healthy isn't easy, especially here in Wisconsin with all that game day cheese. Brad Nortman here from Kyle Brust and Nortman. Between work, family, and life, managing nutrition and fitness can feel overwhelming. Trust me, I know. Quintessa in Brookfield has all the answers. As a member of their wellness membership, I have access to the Quintessa Nutrition app with customized meal plans, grocery lists, and a food tracker that keeps me on track to meet my fitness goals. Members also get 10% off all other wellness services. Take charge of your health. Visit myquintessa.com
fleetfarm.com/wellness.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Crystal Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. And as always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices guaranteed.
I'm Rick.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Monica.
We're hoping to meet you in Kenosha where I-94 meets Highway 50.
On the southwest corner, you'll see a brand new building.
And it's huge.
Kessler's Diamonds is known throughout the Midwest for our amazing selection of engagement rings.
The sparkle of our diamonds.
Our lifetime trade-up policy on natural diamond stud earrings.
The construction of our diamond tennis bracelets.
Our incredibly customer-friendly pricing.
And the strongest jewelry warranty in the entire world.
She's not making that up. We're famous for our warranty.
Read it to them, Rick.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Kessler's is 100% employee-owned.
Walk through our doors and you'll be greeted by one of the owners.
And we can do whatever it takes to make you happy.
Kessler's Diamonds is at the southwest corner of I-94 and Highway 50 in Kenosha. Come see us.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
People coming at Alex Stroh for his job. Dave from Aaron, 800-990-3776. I listen almost every show, Stroh. Let me write you up some questions that I think Benny would not get, but most people would.
Be my guest. I'll send you my email.
People want to see me go down. What's wrong with you people? Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Stroh running the show. UKBN Nation at 800-990-3776 and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. I feel weird doing this right now on a Tuesday because part of me feels like we haven't appreciated the victory in a tough game against a good quality opponent and a game-winning drive, but I don't know, Brad. You have experience with this, and it's the dreaded trap game.
Yeah, I mean, it's spooky season, and Halloween's right around the corner, and these trap games scare me. I'm not going to lie. I mean,
you can't be proud of that.
Yeah, I am actually proud of that. Spooky season, Halloween.
I kind of liked
scared.
it.
Oh, that was so bad.
Why?
Brad's corny. Let him be corny.
Yeah.
Keep being corny.
Cook corny, Brad. Cook.
Yeah. Let me be me, baby. But yeah, I'm just thinking about this Packers season. I'm thinking about the game.
You know what, Stroh? I got to stop him. I got some real Jesse Nelson vibes. Spooky.
I like Jesse.
What alone?
Yeah.
He's helping me. He's working late tonight to help me.
What do you have on him?
Nothing. I have nothing.
Wait, he's working late tonight?
Yeah, he's coming in to make sure somebody can get in at 4 o'clock and let him use his laptop. He's a great guy.
4 o'clock?
4 p.m.
4
not
p.m.?
4 was a big P&M.
So you mean like a normal 9 to 5 shift?
I mean, yeah.
Kyle, I was in Madison yesterday, as you guys know.
What time do you leave? No, don't tell me.
I spoil it. 2:55.
Well, I mean, now
guess what time you got there?
8:30.
Yeah.
Later.
8:45.
Later.
8:50.
No way.
Later.
When the show starts at 9.
He walked in about 8:51. Left by 3 o'clock.
Damn.
That's the life.
I don't even live there, and I was there longer than him.
I'm doing it all wrong.
We all are.
My goodness, what am I doing with my life?
Pretty nice.
But hey, he's working till 4 o'clock, so round of applause to him.
Shout out to Jesse. I appreciate Jesse. So regardless of what y'all say, it's okay to be like
Jesse Nelson,
Yeah.
hardworking
I love me some
producer
Jesse, too.
of Wilde and Tausch.
Yeah, so anyway, getting back to my main thing. Spooky. It's spooky season, baby. And, I'm just thinking about this week. And, it's interesting that we're talking about this on a Tuesday because tomorrow starts the real preparation for the Green Bay Packers to go
Against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
To go to take on my Jacksonville Jaguars. And now we can all agree the Packers are the better team. If they're not, they should be heavily favored. Probably, I think I saw 4.5 points. That's even feels low to me.
I agree.
But I look at this and I can't help but think, okay, the Packers just came off of a big win at home against the Texans, right? Marquee signature win. Then they go to Jacksonville, in which, the team is hitting a lull right now. They're not playing very good football. When the team is this bad, it's not like the environment is a crazy environment in Jacksonville right now. And then they're going to look ahead potentially the biggest game of the year, the afternoon game of the week when they play the Detroit Lions right before their bye. So when you have a situation like that, when you've got a game that would be easy to look past, sandwiched between two big marquee matchups, it's really easy to look ahead, even when you know you're the better team. And I can talk about this from experience. You fall prey to the trap game often. But the biggest one, the most memorable one for me, came in 2015 when I was playing for the Carolina Panthers. That was the year we went to the Super Bowl, and we had a great team that year. We were objectively a great team that year.
Cool.
And the biggest trap game of my life, it happened on Sunday, December 27th, second last game of the year. We played at the Atlanta Falcons, okay? We were going into that game. I'm going to be able to truck through this one, Strophy. We were going through it.
Cool.
We were 14-0. We were 14-0 going into this game. On our way to potentially being, what would that be, the third team ever to go undefeated. We are coming off of playing at the Giants. Good marquee matchup. And 2 weeks before that, we beat the Falcons 38-0. We beat the Falcons 38-0.
Oh, wow.
2 weeks before this game.
Oh, wow.
So we were looking ahead. We had already clinched.
Wait, you had them twice in 3 weeks?
Yeah, it was one of those weird
wacky
matchups.
scheduling. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we were already looking ahead to okay, we're going to get the 1 seed. We're looking to the Super Bowl. We had all these grand things ahead. We were looking so far ahead. We didn't even take the game seriously in what was a bad Falcons team in a sleepy Georgia Dome. And we went there and we got cooked. We played one of our worst games of the season outside the Super Bowl, unfortunately, and we lost. We dropped the game. We had history in our hands and we dropped the game. When you feel like you have greater things beyond this week laying in wait for you,
like Detroit,
and they rest for a bye, that is the moment, not to mention coming off of a big game like beating the Texans. It's so easy to let your guard down. It's so easy to not take this game seriously. And look, I don't believe they're going to go to Jacksonville and lose. They are the better team. They should, and they probably will, go out and beat the Jaguars. This would just be an easy trap game situation, how it's perfectly planned for the schedule to overlook the Texans, think about the Lions, think about how great you are beating the Texans, and not take it seriously enough and go get a loss. So I don't think it's going to happen, but I just know from my own experience, looking ahead to other teams in these trap game formats, it's a thing for a reason.
People are calling you negative, Brad.
I'm just saying.
You like the Vikings? You like the Vikings better than the Packers?
This is my warning. I'm like a good friend, right, to the Green Bay Packers, saying guys, listen, this is a trap game. You got to pay attention. Don't let it get past you. This should help them in their preparation to go beat the Jaguars on Sunday.
Only Packer fans that don't believe in this team would need this trap game talk.
Nothing about this game. This is a perfect situation.
You're perked up. You got a trap game story?
Yeah, I think back to the year of 2011. I was in 7th grade, and I was getting ready for the weekend, right? I was in my 7th period social studies class with Mrs. Gosen, great teacher. And I put my blue folder, blue for social studies. Everybody agree on that?
Sure.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
I thought blue is English.
Blue or red?
Ooh, red is English.
Ooh, no.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, so I put my blue folder back in my backpack, and I said, wow, these Green Bay Packers coming off the Super Bowl, 14-0, best offense ever, pretty much. Oh, we're going to Kansas City. They've lost 5 of their last 6. or 6 of their last 7, actually, I think it was. Kyle Orton is their quarterback. Like, we got this one in the bag. We got 2 games left. We're going to be 16-0. We're going to go back-to-back Super Bowl champions. We go into Kansas City at Arrowhead. I'm sitting on my couch wearing my cheese head, drinking my Mountain Dew because obviously I was 10 years too young to be drinking a carbless. And I said to myself, we've got this one in the bag. And you know what they did, Brad?
They do.
They scored 14 points. They allowed the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Kyle Orton, to score 19. Heartbreaking.
It's ugly.
Heartbreaking. Trap game.
I think Stroph's is more heartbreaking than Brad's, to be honest, after hearing both of those stories.
I mean, Brad actually lived through it. It was on the field. Well,
Kyle Stroph didn't live through it?
No, yeah, I mean, a little bit different.
He's a 10-year-old screaming at the TV back then.
My friend Anthony was a big Chiefs fan, and I said, ha, 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 in that 7th hour.
Did you just make up an Anthony?
Yeah, I did.
Might I add, I don't get trap game vibes here.
You don't? Not at all.
No, I don't. Like the trap game to me, I understand like the Detroit's looming on the other side. A trap game would be, I don't know, like a Falcons team or like, I don't know, like the Jaguars are a team that are like, you can play bad and still win. Not that you want to, but it's not like the Packers were super sharp, right? It's not like they played an unbelievable football game. Like, if I would feel like it's more of a trap game if they would have beat the crap out of the Texans. Right? If they did what they did to the Cardinals to the Texans, it would be more of a letdown spot. There's a lot to clean up. Penalties are an issue. Special teams were an issue. The defense was great. The offense, as Mark Tauscher joined us, said he didn't like the way Matt LaFleur called the game. And it was clunky and it was kind of off. And the getting too end-around cute again with Watson and Melton and Reed, like just doing the most, right? And I think this is a good opportunity to build momentum. And I think that's how this team is looking at it, because the reason why it's also not a trap game is, you know why? Because the Vikings and the Lions have better records than them. If they were in first and you're looking ahead as you're in first, it's different. The Packers are in third. I don't feel a trap game here. I feel like this is an opportunity to build momentum, to get to an opponent that you know you need to play good football this week, to have a great mindset heading into your toughest challenge yet this season.
See, I disagree with you, Ben. I actually believe that this could potentially... No, I agree that this could potentially be a trap game for the Green Bay Packers. But for me, overall, when I look at this season, last year was about what? Finding out what the youngest team in the NFL will be. Finding out what Jordan Love will be. And they had their bumps and bruises, but they overcame on the other side where they have a lot of confidence going into this season. Now, overall, all this year so far has been about is the Packers overcoming a lot of different tests. Whether it's going to Brazil and taking on the Eagles, or whether or not it's playing without Jordan Love, or whether it's not being down 28-7 and coming back in the second half, the Packers had a lot of tests this year. And so I'm excited to see exactly what they do after having a huge victory against the Houston Texans. How can they overcome and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars? Will they be locked in? Will they be focused? Will they be a disciplined football team, right? This is where we will learn a lot about the identity of this football team and the character that this football team has, because if they do go down to Jacksonville after beating the Texans and aren't looking ahead to the Lions and beat up on the Jacksonville Jaguars, to me, that will show me that this is a disciplined football team that is ready. They're ready for the spotlight. They're focused and they're ready, and they understand what it takes to win and handle business. So this is a big test for me. I understand that on paper the Packers should win, but Brad, you're absolutely right. This is a game that they know they should win as well, and they know what's looming after that. Not just the Lions with a chance to be right there close with the Lions for first place.
You have to have a lot of maturity to win a game like this.
And I think they do. And also, sometimes teams are just bad. And the Jaguars are just really bad.
You're not wrong.
That's why I don't think it's a trap game. Their defense is horrendous. Horrendous. Caleb Williams looked like the MVP of the NFL against this defense. Our sloppy seconds are over there, as Love and Football chimes in, with Darnell Savage, Josiah DeGuara. That team has no chance to beat the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I knew you would. It's not a trap game. Potawatomi Casino Hotel, if you don't think it's a trap game, you can go place a wager on it, because they have a 2,000 square foot video wall and tons of kiosks for you to place bets, 20-minute reserve parking for you to go in and out if you're in a rush, and you can use your rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. So bet on your favorite sports and earn rewards points along the way. Enjoy a good meal, enjoy a good drink, and enjoy a Packers beat down of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Beat down City Central is what I'm naming this Sunday's game against the Jags. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook. Yeah?
What are you dubbing this game?
I forgot what I said already.
Exactly.
Beat down
Exactly.
City.
Beat down
Beat
City.
down City.
Central.
Beat down City Central.
You said this is what I'm dubbing this game, and then no less than 13 seconds later, forgot what you were dubbing this game.
Beat down City Central on Sunday, Strofe. I'll remember it forever now. And it's time to hear from Alex Strofe and Becoming Relevant next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. Big girl, yeah. That's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry. That's a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 41, still backed up a little bit from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. We've also got some delays along southbound on 43 from just before Hampton down to Capitol. A little bit more of a delay then through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge, too. Westbound 94 is looking pretty good. A little tight from 25th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Once you get past Mitchell Boulevard, you should be fine all the way into Waukesha County. And on 894 eastbound, there is a crash right about at 27th Street. It is off on the right shoulder. Looks like a couple of cars and a semi. Squad's with it right now. They're taking care of it. Not in traffic, so you should be okay getting past it. Traffic is brought to you by Walker Media Agency. Power your brand with smart marketing, advertising, and IT solutions. Visit WMA2024.com to elevate your business today. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, becoming breezy, a low of 51. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and cooler, a high of 60. Weather is brought to you by the Neal Group. They know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Crystal Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. And as always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices guaranteed.
Whether you're hauling, towing, or just plain trucking, it's Truck Month at Ewald Automotive Group. Shop hundreds of the toughest trucks from Chevy, Ford, GMC, and Ram with payments as low as $2.99 per month or financing as low as 0%. All backed by the Ewald exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Going on now while supplies last.
Go to EwaldAuto.com.
On select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Offers expire month end.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join.
Another convincing victory. Wisconsin cruising 23-3 over Northwestern this past weekend. Luke Fickell's locker room not wanting this win, but needing it, as he put it. His post-game remarks, audio courtesy Wisconsin Athletics.
What happened last year, it was one of those things that it stung, so this entire week was just, a little bit of a different edge to what we needed to be able to do. And it was good. It was good for us because we needed to keep pushing.
3 straight dubs, a nice stage setter for the upcoming Under the Lights showdown with number 3 Penn State.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff. We like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated and uncompromising. Like an award-winning men's grooming experience from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Open 7 days a week, even Sundays. Walk in anytime, and before you know it, our talented stylist will bring you back to a simpler time. A time when you were handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivateba.com/MVP to book today.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before.
Just one Madison's favorite health club. With Fitchburg, West, and East and Madison, their express locations in New Berlin and Milwaukee. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. I've done personal training. Got the pass all ready to go for myself and my fiance for when we need to go get a workout in. Free childcare with the membership is huge. Who offers that? Nobody offers that. Was at the Princeton Club in New Berlin today. And I'm not joking. The community atmosphere, everyone is so friendly. You can feel like people are getting better with their health, and that is infectious. And that's what I love about it, because I'm like, dang, look at you go. Now look at me go. And we're doing this together. We're all winning. Check out the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. All right, Strofe. Let's do it.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. We are here to listen and answer whatever our producer, Alex Strofe, has to offer us.
You sure you're here to listen?
It's what I do best.
That's inaccurate.
What I do best.
Yep, indeed. It's telling accuracies. Let's go back to that game on Sunday at Lambeau Field. Joe Mixon, Texans running back, scores one of his 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he's a hoss. Scores one of his 2 touchdowns, attempts the Lambeau leap. A man in bibs pushes him, not allowing him to jump into the stands. Good move by him. Ryan Wood of the Green Bay Press-Gazette reports that police go over to that man and seemingly escort him out of Lambeau Field after putting his hands on Joe Mixon. However, at the end of the game, after Brandon McManus walked off the game, he jumped into the stands. And who is there to catch him? The man in the overall bibs. So I don't think he was kicked out, but that's beside the point. Fair or foul, pushing an opponent, trying to Lambeau leap?
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. Now, he didn't go to the, like, he didn't assault Joe Mixon.
No, he didn't.
He jumped up. He said, you ain't coming up here.
He flipped him off.
That happens all the time.
He didn't assault Joe Mixon. Flip people off all the time.
I have no issues with it.
And so my thing is if he poured a beer on him, like he's like, I paid for this seat. This is a tradition that we do for Green Bay Packers. You're not doing this. If he would have took it a step further, I get it. My man protected his house, and that is Lambeau Field, and that is green and gold or white. So it's a whiteout. I like it. Fair.
If a man tried to sit on my lap when I'm sitting in my seats, I'd probably push him too.
Yeah, I mean, as a player, you know what you're getting into when you do something like this. Like, players should not go into the stands unless it's a home game celebration. So if you're an away player going into the stands in any way, shape, or form, you can expect to have it not be received.
You're asking for
100%. So he knew what he was doing getting into it, so I'm okay with however he went. And the fan did just pushed him out. He didn't pour a beer on him like you guys said. He didn't accost him in any way. So no problem.
No, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect, as you said. You gave him a push and you said, no, R.I.P. to Kim Tumble. Not here. Not here. You're not jumping up here. I don't care if it's a Texans fan right here. If you jump into my personal bubble, my personal space, I'm going to push your ass down if you're in a Green Bay Packers.
All right.
Good takes by all.
So we're all good with it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I bet you Nixon actually I respected that too.
No, he was jaw-jacking at him.
Well, he's just a competitor.
Brad, not Packer G defender. Everything but today.
Tone changer, man.
Yeah, he's struggling today, Brad.
What are you talking about? I bet you
Vikings fan, Brad.
I bet you he respected.
Put the beads on.
I bet you he respected that fan.
Put the beads on.
I'm going to rip his damn chain off. He puts those beads on.
Ooh,
I'm going to chain snatch him.
You going to do it
Packers
like Khalid,
boy.
Boy, that was good. I love when he did that to Michael Crabtree.
That's a reference right there. Well done. Hey, speaking of that game, Josh Jacobs, the other running back, obviously scoring his first receiving touchdown. You guys mentioned that. He is the longest, or owns the longest streak of receptions without a touchdown catch. Is that something or nothing, that stat?
Not a whole lot, in my opinion. Right? Like, again, he ran the football a ton with Vegas. It's not like they featured him in the past game. He's not one of those guys that you're like, all right, let's get him out wide. Let's get him in space. And he goes. Like, does he have explosion? Yes. But he's a physical runner. And a lot of times it's going to be between the tackles. Sure, you get him on some quick dump offs, like over the middle, and then he kind of goes for 4 yards. But it's not like
view it as a nothing?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect a whole lot. The next closest to breaking his record is Jaylen Warren of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
100+.
This is more like scheme and the quarterbacks he's been playing with.
He put the sunglasses
Vegas.
back on. That
After I gave him the
Yeah.
beads, that was upsetting when I look and I saw.
Just stop giving him validation by
I gotta give
talking
him
about
attention.
him.
I gotta give him attention. It's so hard not to.
I did put the glasses back on. I'm taking them off, though. I'm going to leave these
He's
beads on.
acting like
Take
me.
the
He's
glasses.
acting like a youngest child who wants attention.
Nothing or something?
It's nothing because it primarily is
Kyle,
because
nothing or something?
Yeah, nothing.
Okay, great. Brad, I don't want to hear your explanation of those sunglasses. NBA season tips off tonight, a doubleheader. In fact, the Lakers play host to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Boston Celtics will hang their banner and play host to the new look New York Knicks. We watching the NBA yet, or we got to wait a while?
I'm going to watch the Bucks when they play tomorrow.
Right.
Tonight,
though.
Yeah, I think it might be background TV. It's not intent watching TV.
Okay.
I just think it's kind of crappy to see how the Milwaukee Bucks did not even get a Christmas Day game. Like, you know, the Knicks, I get, are a big market. They made it further, but I really hope that the Milwaukee Bucks turn on the overlooked, like, no one's thinking about us mentality. Like, prove everyone wrong. Like the old Wisconsin Badgers. All right, we're not, we're going to find our way into the conversation. Actually, I don't like using the Wisconsin Badgers there because they don't win championships, but you get what I'm saying. I hope they use the lack of attention that they have from a national media landscape to prove everyone wrong and give the virtual middle finger to the NBA.
You could use the Wisconsin basketball team for Big Ten championships.
Sure, but I like a better, bigger thing for the Bucks who have won an NBA championship.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm watching the Bucks. I'm not watching the NBA till probably March or April. I'd rather watch UTEP and Louisiana State tonight than basketball.
No, I'm a dabble. I'm a dabble in basketball. I like the NBA. I'm a big fan of it, and so I'm definitely going to dabble with the season opening tonight. But also on top of that, like I can't wait for the Bucks as well. But I'm going to dabble in some basketball. Definitely, as Ben said, I'll be in the background, check it out, see what's happening.
That's it from Becoming Relevant with Alex Strofe. A++ as always, Strophy. A++.
All right, I'm sick of your insincerity in this show. You know what? That's like the 6th time. I don't think you realize how much I bust my ass to work hard for you.
All right, let's go to break because this is a lie.
Gen Z energy, man.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Now I got to go give him a hug.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why am I always the one doing that? Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be.
Kringle
I think his legs.
Yeah. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry. Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put 2 and 2
I got it. I did not get it.
They
don't call themselves
Racine Danish turnover. Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel, stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at LowTUSA.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point
with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
If Lamar Jackson continues at this pace, wins another MVP, but doesn't win a Super Bowl, we are going to continue to talk about him in that way. You always say winning another MVP could be detrimental to him, and that's only if he doesn't win a Super Bowl. And I know the Chiefs are undefeated. I know it's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Spags, etc. But the Baltimore Ravens have the talent to take down the Chiefs, and it's this year that they need to do it.
Let me tell you something. If the Chiefs and the Ravens played tomorrow, Kansas City's not winning that game.
That's what we thought last year.
No. This is if based on what we've seen from both of those teams through the first third of the season. If the Chiefs and the Ravens play tomorrow, Kansas City is not winning that game. Now, do we think that Kansas City will improve as the season goes on? Absolutely. Why? Because that's what they do every year.
ABC Wednesdays.
Y'all complain all day. We want books. We want paper towels in the classroom. Bet you want raises too.
I'm still waiting on the paper towels.
Abbott Elementary returns with the new season.
We asked the district for more after-school programs. They gave us $50 for class pets instead.
Critics cheer. Abbott Elementary continues to be one of the funniest and most beloved shows on TV.
What y'all doing out there? Taking bribes? Proud of y'all.
Abbott Elementary, Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
It's bird bashing season when you swoop into Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to a wicked 50 grand cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card all October for entries. All Bird Bash entries go towards a December 20th giveaway with a monstrous 300 grand in prizes. Bird Bash makes its bewitching return. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman hanging out with you here. Alex Stroh running the show, doing a phenomenal job, as he always does. You can catch us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison.
I'm so sick of you.
All I've done is, guys,
you couldn't even get through that with a straight face.
Have I said anything negative about Alex Stroh today?
You haven't.
Done.
And from the start of the show, though, you were complimentary of Kyle, complimentary of me.
What if I just
something up your sleeve?
What if I just have a ton of gratitude for you guys?
Well, you should. First
I
off.
welcome it.
You should have a ton of gratitude for us.
I agree with that, too.
Let's go to Ainsley in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. I have a lot of gratitude for you, too, Ainsley. Welcome into the show.
Well, thank you. And I did text in about the beads, so hopefully they're on their way.
Bradley, I want to just quickly interrupt there. I do have your information, and for anybody who texted in 800-990-3776 with their addresses, my home project is to write all the addresses, get all the beads packaged, and then Kyle's going to lick up the envelopes tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to have all my little saliva on that envelope.
Oof. Go ahead, Ainsley.
Well, Bradley is killing me today.
Ainsley.
The poopy pants are now, you're the owner, Brad.
Oh, wow.
Trap game jinx, throwing trap game jinxes out there, saying Minnesota's better. Call it excuses, potentially, on the Minnesota thing. But I have Kansas City 1, Lions 2, Ravens 3, Green Bay 4, Texans 5, assuming Nico comes back. Got
Heck
Minnesota
yeah.
6, Buffalo after that. San Francisco, injuries don't know. Pitt 8, Washington or Philly 9, Seattle 10, Tampa Bay, with all the injuries, probably 10.
The unprovoked top 10
In the Minnesota game, Bradley.
I love it. Listen, let's talk about
No. You don't get to love it because he has the Packers above the Vikings and you don't.
Yeah, because I am using the rational brain, right? I love.
So now he's talking down to Ainsley and everyone else.
Yeah. If you guys are seeing through the green and gold glasses,
Now you're pointing a dang finger at
folks,
me.
there is no reason that the Packers
You're
should
being a
be
real
above
Richard
the Vikings.
today.
There's no reason. It should be wherever the Vikings are, Packers should be one below them until they have a better record, until they have better statistics, until they actually beat them. That is the scenario by which the Packers, they will be there by the end of the year. But right now, I got to keep it real with KBN Nation. And about the trap game, guys, by calling out the trap game, that allows for it not to happen. If we danced
zone.
around it all week and said, oh, yeah, the Jags, this and that, but we don't actually address it for what it is, then
Ainsley's not done with Brad. Ainsley, anything more on Brad?
Ainsley, come on now.
Oh, yeah, Brad. Okay, we can call it excuses. J-Love's first game back, 3 picks. He has grown in the pick department, but Minnesota gets one extra turnover out of us. Pass game can't really do the run game. That game has to pass. No Jair, no Valentine. White, I think, got hurt.
And a half of Jordan Love.
Ainsley. The Vikings smoked the Packers on that day. They did, right? I mean,
Brad
all watched
strikes again.
Like, I'm just being real. I'm not the one that played out there.
I saw.
The guys, I get no joy talking about this.
Why are you smiling?
I despise
Why are
the
you
Vikings.
smiling?
Yeah, why are you smiling?
Because you guys are looking
Well,
at
now
me
you're
with such
laughing.
anger. I despise the Vikings, okay? I have since birth.
Sure seems
I'm a
like it.
Wisconsin guy. I've despised
This
the Vikings.
is the bargaining phase.
I'm just telling you.
Like me, everybody like me.
I'm just telling you, from 7 weeks of the year, the Minnesota Vikings are a better football team than the Packers have shown so
Loving
far.
football, new segment idea. Brad Nortman, the Packer attacker.
I'm just telling you. I'm just being real. I'm going to be honest with KBN Nation. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
You're just trying to Tanya harden our hopes and dreams right now. Just
The Packers are in full control of that. They go out there and beat the Vikings. They have a better record. They win the division.
I've wanted to swear at him a lot today.
But
Kyle does that in our pre-show meeting with our great intern Will. And apologizes every time. It's so funny.
Drops an F-bomb, goes, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Will.
hey.
If you
talk about my potty
if you guys weren't getting riled up, you guys know there's some truth to it, or else you wouldn't get riled up.
No, it's just the
I'm getting
fact that
riled
you're
up because you're
standing
saying
on
a
it.
bunch of stupid.
Yeah.
No, they are. The Vikings
Sorry, Will.
have done more to be ranked higher in the power rankings right now today.
No, I don't like the way you're standing on it. You know what, Brad? I really respect your opinion, but I feel like me, myself, and I, plus Ben and Strofe, also disagree with you, and
That's
we
okay.
have heavier weight than you.
Powerful.
The NFL thing doesn't matter.
Powerful.
3v1.
You don't know what you're talking about. You just punt it.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think it's going to last, but right now they are.
Homer was right. Punters are worth nothing.
Oh.
Damn Sports Show up next in Beaver Dam in 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Jim, Matt, and Molly in Madison. But we're coming back in 2 minutes till 5 o'clock leading into the Homer Hour on ESPN Milwaukee. And right here, don't go anywhere. 2 minutes.
Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight. The record company's only give me lots of money and everything's gonna be alright.
Starting off with some issues. We've got westbound on 94, an accident at Hawley Road. Left lane is blocked, so watch out for the delays basically coming out of the Marquette interchange to that point. The eastbound side slowing down from the Zoo interchange to about Hawley Road. Southbound 41 slowing from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive, and we're still dealing with that accident on 894 eastbound at 27th Street off on the right shoulder. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, becoming breezy, a low of 51. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and cooler, a high of 60. Weather's brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash, where you can expect nothing but the best unlimited wash memberships, state-of-the-art wash technology, and powerful free vacuums, located in Oak Creek, Waukesha, and Greenfield, and now in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 94.5 ESPN.
Hauntingly good deals await you at the Cunis Auto Group's October Spooktacular Savings Event. There will be no tricks, only treats.
Trick or treat!
On the price you'll get on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Prices will be slashed at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC. All marked down with October Spooktacular savings discounts and incentives, including their entire inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 on lot or online. There'll be dozens of Spooktacular service specials on everything from brakes, tires, to oil changes. Plus, with any test drive in October, you'll be entered to win free gas for a year, with drawings held every Friday throughout the month at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis dealerships in both Greenfield and Oak Creek. Halloween savings aren't just slashed, they're chainsawed at the Cunis Auto Group's October Spooktacular Savings Event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopcunis.com.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 4-1 hours at 4 on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Strophe running the show. You, KBN Nation, can chime in on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee or the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line at 800-990-3776. The Pack is back, which means Tori Lowe better be vibing.
How?
What's going on, Tori?
Look, I'm feeling good.
Too good?
Look, I'm telling you, we had an issue with the kicker. We got a new kicker. He was only there for a week. And welcome to Green Bay. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. How about that arrival?
Welcome to Green Bay. Your first game, and it filled the need that we desperately needed. And I feel calm now. I feel more calmer about the season moving forward.
What are your biggest concerns right now for the long-term potential of this team cashing your $1,000 bet to win $20,000 at Pato Sportsbook?
You know, what I'm seeing is we got a lot of weapons, and from week to week, you see different shades of what the Packers can do. You never see a real complete package of offense. You just see, 1 week,
And that's a worry for you?
No, it is a worry because I want to see it all working as a machine. You remember when the Los Angeles Rams had the greatest show on turf?
Okay, so now you want the Packers to be the greatest show on turf?
No, what I'm saying is I'm using it as an example. You automatically...
Marshall Faulk ain't walking in the door. Torrey Holt ain't walking in the door. Isaac Bruce ain't walking in the door.
Back then, you just knew that they had everything. Everybody knew their place. Everybody knew their role. I think that we're starting to come into the space where everybody's just trying to find where they belong on the offense in their role.
How long will you give it before, let's say we fast forward X amount of weeks, and if that still hasn't happened yet, when do you get concerned?
I say when we start getting into week 10 or, when we start getting into that space where now either you got it or you don't. And
the schedule gets tough.
Right, schedule gets really tough. I think that right now we're shaping it because, like I said, Romeo Doubs had an issue, but now he's back. But when I see Romeo Doubs, I think third down. You know, like Romeo Doubs for shorthand third down.
2 minute that 2 minute drill, I guess that they call it. Under 2 minutes, he got the ball a lot there in the last drive.
It's different ideas, and salute to Josh Jacobs because he's starting to come into his own. He got his first passing touchdown. I mean, like I said, the Packers look like they have great potential, but like you just want to see it all work always in a rotation.
Well, the Green Bay Packers landed ahead of the Minnesota Vikings on ESPN's power rankings. Did you take the time to text or call your son who you lost to the Minnesota Vikings after they lost to the Lions? Or does he ignore your calls when they lose?
Yeah, he haven't. I sent him a huge text. Because like I said, come back home. Come back home to Green Bay.
With open arms.
Yeah, and don't be fooled by this winning streak that the Minnesota Vikings come on because they start good every season. Every season they start out well and then they end up, making excuses why they didn't make it to a certain point. But Detroit, that game was so close. It was a good game. The division we're in is one of the best divisions in football, but I knew this because, once you set the standard, the Packers have set the standard, and all this talk about Green Bay, the quarterbacks, they found 3 good quarterbacks, and then you got the Detroit Lions starting to emerge. You got the Vikings, and then even the Chicago Bears looking like they have gotten it together. So to me,
all right, slow down there.
Well,
Troy,
I'm talking about it looked like
talk.
seemingly
Yeah.
seemingly look like, because I don't like them at all.
Beat nobody.
But what I'm saying is, for us to emerge as one of the better divisions in football, when we had this conversation before, we were talking about other divisions, but right now, Packers
You did say the NFC North was going to be the best division in football,
The
and
black
so
and blue.
far,
Black and
Tory
white.
Lowe has been right.
Yeah.
The top 3 teams in the power rankings on ESPN of the NFC all come from the NFC North. Tory, you Bucs fan?
Yes.
All right, let's do this, Strophy.
Here we go.
All right, Tori, it is time now to play one of our favorite games on Kyle Bruster Nortman, real or fake.
Ooh.
I have 10 names in front of me. You need to tell me whether or not they are actually a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. Active roster.
Currently?
Current active roster.
Let's
Do
start.
I have to go down the man?
You don't have to look at anything.
I feel like everybody is able to play along on a few of these.
Okay.
How about this one? Ryan Rollins. Ryan Rollins. Is that an active Milwaukee Buck or a fake name I made up?
That's fake. You made that.
Eddie?
Fake.
Bradley?
Fake.
Wasn't there a Ryan Rollins in the NBA at the
You
time?
think of Ryan Hollins. This is Ryan Rollins.
I'm going to say fake as well.
You are all completely incorrect. Ryan Rollins is an active member of the Milwaukee Bucks.
For now.
Ryan
For
Rollins.
now.
Yeah, there he is. He's
The
on,
G League?
he on the roster.
It starts tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Let's stick similar
Hot
names.
start.
How about this? Liam Robbins. Liam Robbins, Tory. Real or fake?
Don't look at
Liam
me.
Robbins, this is fake. He got to be fake.
Okay, Brad?
Yeah, that sounds like an Australian actor.
Sure. Kyle?
He is actually, I think he's a local kid or something like that. He's on the roster.
Yeah,
Big white boy.
big white
center.
boy.
It's a big white boy. He's real. Yeah, that's
Really?
That's
He's
over
real.
2 for Tory,
Yeah.
Brad.
Liam.
He must have just got here.
He actually
Big
did,
white boy.
He did
Oh, wow.
just get here.
All
That's a
right,
big
Tory.
white boy.
Darius Caldwell. Darius Caldwell, real or fake?
Fake.
Is everyone fake?
Yeah.
I'm
because
making
I
this
didn't-
all up, apparently.
Yeah,
The first 2 were real.
okay. Well, I know this one is fake.
Okay.
Do you though, Brad?
Yeah, just numbers. You're not going to do 3 in a row.
Yeah, you're not going to do 3
Or
fakes.
am I?
This is like can 3 C's be in a row on 3 straight questions on
I
this
don't know.
test?
Can they be, Danny?
Scantron.
This
Darius
is fake.
Caldwell, okay.
I don't recall seeing a Darius Caldwell, so I'll say no.
Okay, so you guys know your roster. You guys are out. It's just Brad and Tory now. That is
I was
indeed.
playing the odds on that one.
That is indeed fake.
Toughing it up
Darius
here for these
Caldwell.
2 clowns.
Now it's got to get to. Now it's got to be.
We are
somebody
playing real or fake. Is this a Milwaukee Buck or not? With Brad Nortman and Tory Lowe here on Kyle Brust Nortman
Here
with
we
the
go.
Bucks kicking off their season tomorrow.
Marcus Holloway.
Real.
Real. I think I seen Marcus Holloway.
No, you didn't because it's fake.
You know what? I was just at the game the other day.
I absolutely loved the way you said Marcus Holloway. I was like, oh, they're gonna think real.
I was just
Marcus Holloway.
One of the games.
Oh, were you?
A week ago.
Yeah.
And how did Marcus Holloway
Was he
play?
on the court?
And the person I made up was on the court, huh?
Hey, it could.
Marcus played good.
I was waiting.
Holloway.
Yeah, triple-double in
It could have been the guy
Tory's
that
mind.
threw me a T-shirt.
How about Tyler Smith, Tory? Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith. Where are all the names? These I never heard of this guy.
Tyler Smith, real or fake?
I'm gonna say he's fake.
Okay, Brad?
That's real. Tyler Smith, that's real. That's a guard.
He's standing there with you. He's not a guard. He's taller than everybody in this business.
Wow.
He was here with us.
You interviewed
We
Tyler
interviewed
Smith, the
A.J.
rookie.
Johnson and Tyler Smith, the 2 rookies.
Oh, so he's a player.
The rookies.
I said he's a guard.
He could be a lanky guard.
He's a big forward who dunks.
Yeah. That could be. There are
He
tall
sounds like
guards.
guard. I was so happy.
There are tall
These
guards.
are all the new guys.
Yeah, Tyrone Mitchell.
Tyrone Mitchell. I say he's on the team.
Okay. Brad,
I'm
Tyrone
going
Mitchell.
fake. I'm
Why?
going
Because
fake.
I laughed?
Yeah, Tyrone Mitchell, that doesn't sound like a Bucks player.
Tory, you feeling confident?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident.
You shouldn't be because it's fake.
Oh wow!
There's only so many more names you can go through, fellas.
Andre Jackson.
When are we
Tory.
going to hit the starting 5?
Tory, Andre Jackson. Real or fake?
I'm gonna go real.
Yeah, it's real. Andre Jackson's real.
Andre Jackson Jr. is real. He won a national
That's what I'm
championship.
talking
in
about.
Utah.
See,
There we are. Y'all seen them on the
Last
court
one.
last
I was getting some anxiety.
I got
with
one.
these.
I got one left.
Here we go.
Real or fake? Trevor Gaines. Trevor Gaines. Tori, is he on the Bucs
Trevor
roster? Or is he
Gaines.
fake?
Fake.
Bradley.
I'll go real.
Tough break, Brad. He's fake. One more for you. One more for you. I lied. I have one more on my list.
Oh, wow.
Joe Prunty.
Joe Prunty?
That's what I said, yes.
This might be real. He might have some real to this.
Okay, Joe Prunty.
Yeah, that's a former coach.
Well, he is still an assistant coach, but he was the interim head coach prior to Doc
That's why
Rivers
you heard
arriving.
the name before. Troy was like, for some reason, that sounds
Joe
similar.
Prunty sounds
I think you
legit.
might have clipped it about 50% there, guys. Nicely done.
Wow.
It don't sound like a hooper, but I heard it.
Is this the NBA Jam soundtrack?
Oh, wow.
That's so good. What a great music choice.
The
You know
feels
what's
I got
crazy?
from that.
Exactly. Like, I'm listening. I saw somebody in the chat. I'm thinking to myself, man, this sounds
Which
like
two do I want to play with here?
Yeah, this seems
Shaq
crazy.
and Kobe.
Man, good times.
Oh, wow.
No, Benny, you got to pick Jamal Richardson and Marcus Holloway.
Wow.
Marcus Holloway.
I got to get familiar with these new Bucks
He
players.
goes, I thought I saw Marcus Holloway the other week.
Tori, this is deep in the bench. We don't need to worry about these guys. We don't need to worry about them.
Yeah, some of these
if
guys
Giannis and
aren't
Dame
playing.
aren't playing, and these guys are,
I was like,
we ain't doing much.
I don't want to neglect none of the talent.
I actually think you could have had a good one, Strofe, of somebody who's going to contribute. Gary Trent. Gary
That's a
Trent.
bad name.
You may have, but Tori definitely did.
No, I definitely
You gonna know the name, and everybody gonna get the right name.
AJ Green.
From the Lakers?
Hey, that's somebody. A little different.
The Virgin from the Lakers?
Huh?
Oh, that's AC Green.
AC,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
it
that's
is.
right.
AC
AC
Green.
Green. That's right.
What did you say? The Virgin from
I
the
didn't
Lakers?
Yeah, AC Green.
He was a virgin?
That's what they said.
Wow.
That's what they said. All right,
That's what they would say.
let's make sure.
But if he's hanging out with Magic, I don't know.
You know NBA players. They've got the reputation of really being.
They said he waited.
Play us out, Strofe. Let's get Tori back in his world.
Right. Let me get back.
Who's the second best player on the Packers outside Jordan Love?
Ooh. Reed.
Oh,
I like that.
not X.
It's good.
Not X.
Oh, well, we gonna give it to him. X gonna give it to him.
But Jaden Reed, but that just shows you Jaden's been popping out.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a playmaker. He's definitely a playmaker. I'm just gonna ask.
I just want to do this game all day with
Oh, my
Tori.
goodness. You know what? I'm about to get brushed up.
You know what? Special teams player or fake Green Bay Packer coming up next week with Tori Lowe on a Tori Lowe Tuesday.
Oh, wow. Not the special teams.
Powerful, Tori. Thank you for joining.
Thank y'all for having me. God bless you.
That's Tori Lowe.
Go, Pack, go.
He's the man, and if he can't do it, no one can.
If you want to brush up more on the Milwaukee Bucks, I've got a way for you guys to do that. A weekly pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite and a Bucks legend. Tune into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus. Audio production, Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA Hoops champ himself. Talk everything happening in the Bucks world, even some of the fake names, and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball. Those ones are real. Plus, they'll answer your questions, too. Stay on the beat of the Bucks and find Here District now, bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Inside sources say we're going to love Liam Robbins because he has a mullet, which I love. More Kyle Brust and Nortman in the 414 Hour at 4. Next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Caleb Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tracked him from the Rocco.
Oh, Chandler game is on.
Perhaps I can be of some assistance.
Oh?
Open up the ESPN app. Just use the Where to Watch feature. You see it? It's right there in the corner, the little TV icon.
The what? Where to watch?
Yeah, it has all the games that are on with the channel listed right next to it. A complete game changer. I'm telling you. You just click on the icon. Every game currently happening or coming up is right there.
Finally, so long channel surfing.
Where to Watch on the ESPN app. Find it in your app store today.
Hey, Milwaukee sports fans. It's Brad Nortman from Kyle Brust and Nortman. You've invested too much into that nice ride, so don't settle for a gas station car wash. Treat it to a Tsunami Express car wash. State-of-the-art wash technology, powerful free vacuums, and unlimited wash memberships. Now with 5 locations across Greater Milwaukee, Tsunami Express is your go-to spot for a flawless finish and a first-class car wash every time. Trust me, your car will thank you. Sign up for a membership online at TsunamiExpress.com and get your first wash free. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella? How'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for 60 months.
Visit PellaWI.com.
Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Certain restrictions apply.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Whether you're hauling, towing, or just plain trucking, it's Truck Month at Ewald Automotive Group. Shop hundreds of the toughest trucks from Chevy, Ford, GMC, and Ram with payments as low as $299 per month or financing as low as 0%. All backed by the Ewald exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Going on now while supplies last.
Go to EwaldAuto.com.
Select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Offers expire month end.
With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. They've been serving businesses and individuals in the area for nearly 15 years, including a long-standing commitment to the healthcare industry. From expansion to treasury management, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions across the healthcare spectrum to meet the complex moments you're navigating. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Starting off with some issues, we've got westbound on 94, an accident at Holly Road. Left lane is blocked, so watch out for the delays, basically coming out of the Marquette interchange to that point. The eastbound side slowing down from the Zoo interchange to about Holly Road. Southbound 41 slowing from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive, and we're still dealing with that accident on 894 eastbound at 27th Street off on the right shoulder. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, becoming breezy, a low of 51. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and cooler, a high of 60. Weather's brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash, where you can expect nothing but the best unlimited wash memberships, state-of-the-art wash technology, and powerful free vacuums, located in Oak Creek, Waukesha, and Greenfield, and now in Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, na, na, what's my name? Oh, na, na, what's my name? Oh, na, na, what's my name?
You can find out some names of real Bucks players.
Yeah, you can.
Bucks.com/plus. Hey, tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks dives deep into Bucks in 6, a culture unknowingly created by former Bucks star Brandon Jennings. Take a look inside the Brandon Jennings story, the origin of Bucks in 6, how it became the rallying cry, and what it truly means to Jennings and Bucks fans alike. Find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, and our Brad Nortman, who is a Minnesota Vikings stan. Negative today. And you know what? I don't know where he's going to take this. All I know is he wants to talk about the pass rush. And when it comes to the Green Bay Packers pass rush, how are you feeling, Brad? Why are you laughing?
Let's just get it all out there.
All right. What are the concerns you got about this team, Mr. Negative?
Oh, here we go. Put the little Aaron Jones goggles on.
I don't know how this happened, that the show got constructed this way, that all of my concerns about the Green Bay Packers
these are your thoughts.
are coming to the surface. However, I made a pledge to KBN Nation that I'm going to be real with them. Now I'm going to be honest, right? And the biggest thing that we were concerned about this team, or at least I was the kicker position. And clearly Goody made the switch, perfect timing, might I add, to bring in a veteran that can make game-winning field goals like he did against the Texans. So the lone remaining question mark I had going into this game was, hey, pass rush. I mean, when are the Packers going to be able to generate pass rush?
Pass rush.
Hey, pass rush. When are you guys going to show up? And now they did against the Titans, but the Titans have the worst offensive line in the NFL. So in order for this team to be a championship-level team, they got to get some pressure on the passer, or else good quarterbacks will be able to pick them apart. And they did that on Sunday, which I was proud to see. And it is a hat off to Jeff Hafley, because he was bringing a lot of different schemes. He was bringing a lot of different deceptive looks, moving guys around to get pressure. Now, here's my concern. Similar to the way that Matt LaFleur made Malik Willis look great with scheme, with game planning, with moving things around, but you say, well, that's not necessarily, sustainable over a full season. My question is, I don't think that pass rush can rely on deceptiveness and schemes all season to get the kind of pass rush they got on Sunday. Hafley did an unbelievable job doing that, but at some point, you got to be able to just have your 4 beat their 5, or even just bring one guy as off the edge, or someone else to bring 5 to be able to change it up. But I don't think it's sustainable to do all these different variable, crazy looks that Hafley was doing. It was unbelievable. You can do that from time to time, but you can't have every rush of every game be reliant on that to try to cover up a pass rush that's currently struggling to win their one-on-one battles. So this is a call to action for the defensive linemen to say, look, Hafley has it in his bag to put you in a good position. And he can do that from time to time, and he's going to help you win. But there's got to be times when you just beat the one-on-one matchups, that Rashawn Gary beats his guy, Kenny Clark beats his guy, and you can get a rush with a vanilla 4 look. So I'm just concerned that level of scheme can't be repeated once they get film on it. So I think they can use it from time to time. If it's like it's a gotta have it third down, and you do that 5 times a game, absolutely let it rip. It's going to yield you good results. But the defensive line personnel has to continue to do its job of winning one-on-one battles. Don't just rely on Jeff Hafley.
800-990-3776. Are you still concerned about the Green Bay Packers pass rush? Open to hearing your thoughts. And for this one, I'm actually with Brad here. I don't know what Kyle's going to say yet, but I do want to echo some of the things that Brad said. Not because Brad said it, because someone smarter than Brad said it. Brian Bulaga, who joins us on Mondays and Thursdays, joined us and said, if you want to win a Super Bowl, at some point you need your guys to get home. You need your 4 guys to get home, because bringing 5 and bringing blitzes over a higher percentage of the time is going to open you up for troubles in the middle of the field against good quarterbacks that can dissect pressure and call out of things that they already have at the line of scrimmage, because they see a matchup that they can exploit based off the blitz packages and the way that you are going about your defensive plan that game. So I still have a little bit of faith that if this front 7 to 8 guys that rotate, we'll call it, are all healthy, and that's a big if, right? Devontae Wyatt was very disruptive when he was healthy. He has not been playing. He is injured. But Carl Brooks, Devontae Wyatt, if you can continue to have Rashawn Gary play a little bit better like he has the last 2 weeks, that's a positive. Preston Smith's been a little bit too quiet for my liking. Kenny Clark is not playing up to his contract. I still think I need to see more from a front 4 pressure perspective, but I don't think it's a bad thing to be adjusting based off your personnel. And that's where, I think maybe the way that they go about getting pressure might be different than bringing 4.
All right, I've heard enough. I've heard absolutely enough of this malarkey that you all cut the crap. Cut the garbage, cut the malarkey right now, because overall what Brad said was, I wrote it down, he said the defense can't rely heavily on Jeff Hafley. Is that a joke, Brad? Do we not remember what we had to go through with the last defensive coordinator we had with Joe Barry? We would love to rely on Joe Barry help our defense be good. But you know what? He couldn't do it. So the fact that we can rely on Jeff Hafley to scheme up winning battles for this defensive line, what we saw was they sent 5 guys less than 20% of the time. It was the scheme that Jeff Hafley had with the guys stunting, the guys twisting, doing the different things, putting them in a position to be successful. That is the head coach's job. The defensive coordinator's job. The defensive coordinator's job is to evaluate his defense, understand what the strengths and weaknesses are, and put them in a position to be successful and a position to win. And that is what we're seeing Jeff Hafley do. Now, I understand the Texans D-line isn't a juggernaut type of O-line isn't the greatest offensive line, but when the Packers are able to dominate like they did against the Titans, like they were able to do against the Cardinals, and like they were able to do again this week against the Texans, that is a positive thing that we're seeing in a formula for success. Now, I want to see it against a better offensive line, and I want to continue to see it against great quarterbacks. But overall, us sitting here being mad about the pass rush is better. They're 7th in sacks in the NFL. They're coming along. It's going to take time. Before the season, when we hired Jeff Hafley, we asked how long will we give this defense? How long will we give this defense? And I think everybody was about 6, 7, 8 weeks. We are now going into week 8, and we are already seeing some upside from Jeff Hafley putting his scheme together with this team. So I understand. Is the D-line where we want to be at? No. But I feel like there are a lot of positives that we can take out of the first 7 weeks of football where we can see them turning the corner defensively. So all this negativity coming out of your mouth, Brad, and all this negativity coming out from your mouth, Ben, I am not going to accept it here today because the Green Bay Packers D-line, yes, they should improve, but where they're at right now, they're taking steps in the right direction. I saw Rashawn Gary pop last week. That is something that I've been waiting to see.
Oh, you were laughing about a sack, though.
Well, yeah, his sack was a joke. But
yeah, the guy fell over
he got pressure. He was chasing a Stroud down, right? That's what I need to see.
So, guys, are you not going to acknowledge that the pass rush was so good that Romeo Doubs had more yards receiving than C.J. Stroud had passing?
I literally was just echoing a minor point that Brad said, so I feel a little bit feel like I was duped into being put into the Brad bucket right now. I should never.
You cited Bulaga too, though, and I disagree with Bulaga.
And you started off by saying,
so now we're all going to disagree with the NFL former players.
Disagreement off.
Yeah. What Bulaga says about pass blocking and pass rush is about means more than about what all of us have to say to combined. But here's my specifically about that. But
more about
here's
you.
My thing. What Hafley did on Sunday, for sure. What I say, what he did on Sunday was magnificent, right? It was a master class in how do you get pressure on a quarterback. But I think he did that because he realized these guys are struggling winning their one-on-one battles. So what he did with scheme and movement and getting, Rashawn Gary was like lurking around Myles Garrett style, right? Which is awesome. I love to see that.
I did enjoy seeing him like late stunts.
Yes.
Late.
So Jeff Hafley was unbelievable. It puts a lot of faith in Jeff Hafley. However, what happens when teams get film on this? It becomes harder to do. So you can start to do it from time to time. Maybe you do a handful of these rushes, but at some point it becomes a little bit less effective if you're reliant on it and you can just
hit him back. No, because Brad is talking about relying upon things, right? He had a great scheme. He was exceptional on Sunday with his game plan. Xavier McKinney had a sack in this game, right? He brought multiple corners off the edge. I even think Jair had an opportunity to come off the edge and might have missed a tackle or something like that. But the Green Bay Packers, he schemed up different things. His job is a cat and mouse game, right? The offense has a play, the defense calls a play.
Love me some Tom and Jerry.
But for real, I love being Tom because Tom's the mouse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to be the mouse because mouse always won, from what I recall. But I want the Green Bay Packers to be Tom because I want them to win. I want them to make the right decisions, and that's what it has to come down to. You cannot focus on
Tom because Tom always won. It's so good.
You can't focus on whether or not we can stop this offense doing this or that. We need to focus on them saying, how can we stop this Green Bay Packers team, right? I want to be the aggressor in this.
We want all the offensive coordinators of the other team to be Jerry. We're Tom.
I would be Tom.
We scheming up Jerry.
We had enough.
We cooking Jerry.
We had enough Jerry. Jerry and Joe. That's what we had. We had Jerry with Joe. I want Tom and Jeff.
So you have no concerns about this pass rush?
I just even though
before this game they were bottom of the league bad.
I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic that they're taking steps in the right direction.
They are up in pressures. They're top 10 in the NFL in pressures.
And I left the game a little bit more optimistic. That's a great word choice to use.
Well, why the hell did you come here talking all negative?
Because I want to see more.
With that.
I
You
want to
said,
see.
I'm
The
optimistic
question
about
was.
pass rush.
Yeah.
The question
I will say
was-
with Kyle is you could have led with I'm optimistic, but
The question is.
instead you said, ugh.
Are your concerns satisfied from with the pass rush from Sunday's game? Mine are not completely satisfied. I want to see it a little bit more.
Yeah,
all I'm
here's
saying.
what I'll say. As the guy who no longer wants to be in Bradley's camp,
Come on over here, Ben.
I do hear your concerns. The thing is, I think what you bring up and what Kyle says, the unknown is if Jeff Hafley will continue to be able to be Tom in the Tom and Jerry reference.
Wait a minute. Thank you to Mike on ESPN Milwaukee, our YouTube. Jerry's the cat. Tom, Jerry's the mouse. Tom's the cat.
Really?
I want to be Jerry. I don't.
Tomcat. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. That makes
I
a
want
lot
to be
more sense.
Jerry.
We don't want to be the cat.
Yeah, I want to be the mouse.
We want to be the mouse.
A little
He always
mischievous
wins in
mouse.
Tom and
But
Jerry.
isn't the old saying it's a cat and mouse? It's a game of cat and mouse, and typically the cat catches. I know.
Yeah,
in the
but have you
television
ever
show, that's not
seen
the
Tom
case.
and
Yeah,
Jerry?
in the television show, it's not the case. But the saying is a game of cat and mouse, and cat comes first because the cat wins.
Listen, I just want us to win. I don't give a damn who it is, Tom, cat, mouse. I don't know what it is, but all I know is I want the Green Bay Packers defense to continue to replicate the performance that they had on Sunday, because for me, that was a great performance. Our defense was put in bad positions multiple times. You had 3 bad turnovers by this team, 2 times getting the ball within their own 15, and the Green Bay Packers were able to slow them down. 22 points total in less than 100 yards
How did
passing.
Google know when I wrote Jerry, the next thing I was looking for was mouse? Does Google listen?
Google always listens.
Of course.
You're talking into a microphone connected to said computer.
That is true. I will say the way that Jerry the mouse be smiling and like kind of giving the business to Tom, I want Jerry to be our guy as the defense coordinator.
Can I also say, people may ask on Google, you know how Google, they have the people may ask, is Tom the mouse or the cat? So we ain't the only ones who ask that question.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said?
Oh, wow.
He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Still dealing with this accident on westbound 94 at 68th Street. The left lane is blocked, so that is causing some problems, delays all the way back into the Marquette. The eastbound side, we've got delays out of the Zoo interchange to Hawley Road as well. In Waukesha County, we do have some delays eastbound coming right past Barker Road, and then again from Brookfield Road past Calhoun. Southbound 43, a very heavy ride from North Avenue all the way down through the Marquette and all the way down to the KK River crossing. And 894 eastbound, still with that accident off on the right shoulder at 27th Street. Folks are getting past it without too much of an issue, though. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, becoming breezy, a low of 51. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy, and cooler, a high of 60. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't miss a moment of football this season at 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee, your one-stop, must-stop viewing destination. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, and game day specials. What more could you need? If you're not at the game, this is the place to be every Saturday and Sunday. View the vendor list and 30 self-serve beer options at 3rdstreetmarkethall.com. That's 3rdstreetmarkethall.com.
After 125 years, Port Washington State Bank knows how to help your business expand. I'm James Showalter, president of PWSB and a proud resident of Ozaukee County. As a fifth-generation family business, PWSB cares deeply about helping you achieve your goals. Our commercial lending team takes the time to listen and provide the care you deserve. It's the way we've done business since 1899. Stop into Port Washington State Bank today.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike, There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Families agents. Life's better when you're under American Families roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivateba.com/MVP to book today.
The 2024-25 Bucs season promises electrifying performances, unforgettable plays, and even more historic moments. Be part of it by securing your seats now at bucs.com/full. Bucs season ticket members get the best pricing, premier ticket locations, and exclusive benefits. Secure your season membership and lock in your seats for what's sure to be an unforgettable 2024-25 season at Fiserv Forum. This era of Bucs basketball is something special. Get your tickets now at bucs.com/full.
Stay safe on the roads with Rain-X Vision Beam Wiper Blades, now at Menards. For over 40 years, Rain-X has provided drivers with products to help them outsmart the elements. Rain-X Vision Beam Wiper Blades are easy to install and are designed to provide a smooth, streak-free wipe every time. Save big money on all Rain-X product, now at Menards. And don't forget to check out our flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Thanks to all of you in KBN Nation for clearing up the whole Tom and Jerry situation that we had there. Kyle thought Tom was the mouse. Really, it's Jerry because it's a tomcat. Great show. Just an unbelievable show.
I don't know. I don't think in this world we live in now be acceptable somebody just constantly doing that to a cat, poor cat.
All right. I'm going to tell you what you should do, and that's download the ESPN app because you don't need to channel surf. You can just go to the ESPN app and go to the Where to Watch because that feature is a game changer. With so many games going on, this is a great month. October, you got basketball, college basketball going to start up, college football, NFL, the World Series on Friday, you name it, there's sports going on. So go to the ESPN app and you can go to the Where to Watch, and you want to know what the Bucs are tipping off at? Boom! ESPN app, need a channel for the green and gold game. Boom! There you have it. You have your answer on the ESPN app and the Where to Watch. Say goodbye to frustration. Hello to watching sports. Download the ESPN app from your app store and find the Where to Watch icon. Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. You, KBN Nation, chime in at 800-990-3776 and making sure that we're getting all the things that we say right because we're not always right. We can say that for certain.
Us?
Us, yes. All of us. On Twitter at KBN ESPN, we did put up a poll, and what started as a landslide for the Green Bay Packers has turned to still the Packers winning the poll, but closer for Brad Nortman, the Vikings stan that he has been. The Packers are ranked one spot ahead of the Vikings in ESPN's power rankings. Should they be? Yes, 52%.
Wow.
No, 48%. So, wow. Brad, I don't know if people listen, like, I got to go get that poll and vote with Brad, but it's split 50-50. And I think the biggest thing we heard from Mark Tauscher is, even for him, it's hard for him to say the Vikings should be ahead of the Packers because of the head-to-head win.
Yeah, as I cap off this day of being critical of the Green Bay Packers, I probably lost some Brad Nortman fans out there in KBN Nation.
No. You'll say something really sweet tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
This is true.
I do believe Vikings, based on their resume, what they've done, warrants them to be higher than the Green Bay Packers so far. Talking about Week 8, I'm not sure that'll change, or I think that'll change going forward because I have more optimism in the Green Bay Packers. But honestly, when it comes down to this, whether it be pass rush, whether it be trap game, guys, I'm just trying to hold this team to a championship standard, right? I mean, if you're it's like a hard coach. Because there's a coach that's like hard on a couple different kids, right? Well, he's hard on them because he believes in them. So with the Packers, if they want to be a Super Bowl caliber team, They got to figure out these small things. Like, how do you get pass rush without Jeff Hafley brilliantly scheming it up for you? How do you win your one-on-one battles? How do you make sure you take every game seriously? These are just the things that you got to do if you want to be a championship-level team. So, and then beat the Minnesota Vikings.
See, I guess for me, from what I'm seeing, again, I said it's all about the eye test. I don't care about the stats that you talk about, whether or not the Vikings are better than the Packers. I'm even concerned about the game that they played against the Vikings because, as you know, when you watch that football game, Jordan Love did not look comfortable at all in the first half. True. And that put us behind the 8-ball. And in the second half, though the game was out of reach, they were down 28-7 at halftime. Seeing them fight back in the second half is something that we absolutely love, where they actually made it a game. Now, overall for me, Brad, the last 2 weeks were huge for me because it allowed for us to see a lot of growth from this football team. But more importantly, again, this week, the Packers won this week with defense, right? They defense stepped up and played well. And then on top of that, who's the most important player? Jordan Love. And watching Jordan Love in a 2-minute drill be able to go down there and put the Packers in a position to allow for their brand new kicker, our kicker, Brandon McManus, to win that football game is a big step in the right direction because the last 3 times he had that opportunity when he was down in the 2-minute offense, what did he do? He threw an interception in all 3 of those games. So seeing that progression makes me feel more comfortable and confident that Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, and in this moment, on this day, are better than the Minnesota Vikings. 2-3 weeks ago? No. But when it comes to this week, when we're talking about going into week 8, the Green Bay Packers are better than the Minnesota Vikings.
I can't get over thinking about Tom and Jerry, to be completely honest.
What about Tom and Jerry has you fascinated and so,
My
fixated?
next Google was, what age can you start showing Tom and Jerry to kids?
Fascinating question.
What
do you think? Well, hold on. Before you say, I'm going to say, I know I probably watched it before this age, but knowing about kid development, maybe 10?
10? Like 4. If you watch it, it's still 4. Like 10.
Yeah, I
4
was gonna say 4.
That violence?
Yeah.
You're gonna subject that to a 4-year-old's brain?
I turned out okay.
The AI overview. Common Sense Media recommends that kids be at least 5 years old before watching Tom and Jerry due to cartoon violence, drinking and smoking. What are they drinking and smoking in Tom and Jerry?
Man, they made
that old man that's in that.
Brad's going to be one of those parents that doesn't let his kids watch SpongeBob SquarePants until they go to college.
Yeah, no screen time, baby.
Too many innuendos.
The reason why is would it be weird? Because I also looked up where I could watch Tom and Jerry. Would it be weird if tonight, since I'm not really feeling the NBA season tip-off, if I just watch some Tom and Jerry?
Would that be weird? Find it on YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Looks like it's on Max and Netflix. But I want the OGs. I want the ones that have a little bit of graininess in them that I remember watching as a kid. I want to see if it lives up to my childhood expectations.
Yeah.
Judging me or no?
No judgment.
Wow. It was, dude, Tom and Jerry was in 1940.
Yes, sir.
That's a long time ago.
It wouldn't have been Kyle Brust and Nortman back then.
When Homer was born.
Yeah.
Homer just walked in.
Ago.
Homer, do you remember waking on when they debuted Tom and Jerry back in the day? Do you remember the debut of that show?
He wasn't alive in 1940.
You Not as good as Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse?
Did you watch Tom and Jerry as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Which one's the cat? Which one's the mouse?
I don't know.
Well, they don't speak to one another, so I don't know how you're supposed to know.
They do speak to each other.
No, they don't.
They don't speak.
It's completely
non-verbal
voiceless.
communication.
Yeah,
it's amazing the story you can tell without verbal communication.
They weren't the top end, though.
What is the top end?
Who's the top end?
Well, Disney's the top end, and then you had the Roadrunner and stuff like that.
Meep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
John Anderson joins us next, the professor.
Anything else about the Old Testament you need to know? Abraham had a hell of an arm. Could have been a major league pitcher.
You know who also has...
Noah, Abraham. Noah couldn't hit a lick or hit a minute.
Who are these people?
These from the Bible.
Old Testament baseball, man. That's my favorite play-by-play. They had it and then gave up a home run in the 9th, and that was the end.
Wow, you have quite the imagination. That's why you're so
Noah
successful.
never got over it.
Yeah.
This sounds like a backyard baseball that Homer played by himself. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Pull my baby out the goal. Y'all, get him out. Ain't no way in the world my baby gonna get hit that many times with a puck.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. On this show, it's always football season.
And your argument was that the coaches wanted him to return it.
Yeah, I think,
and he very clearly said
no.
They wanted him to take it to the house.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Play the results, are we?
That's what coaches do sometimes, yeah.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We all have someone we know or love that has been affected by some form of cancer.
No matter how well you love and support them and try to be there for them, you can never really know what a person is feeling after hearing the words, "You have breast cancer."
Only another person that has been through this experience can really understand what it feels like.
ABCD, After Breast Cancer Diagnosis, is a Milwaukee-based organization known around the world.
When someone calls ABCD, they are matched with a mentor who is a breast cancer survivor of similar age and had the same type of breast cancer who can provide hope when people need it the most.
Kessler's is excited to announce that we've designed a new Hope Pendant for 2024 to honor breast cancer patients, survivors, thrivers, and caregivers.
100% of the net proceeds, along with an additional donation from Kessler's, will support ABCD when you purchase a symbol of hope.
You can find a link with more information about ABCD, along with the new 2024 Hope Pendant, starting at just $75 in sterling silver and $500 in gold, online at KesslersDiamonds.com.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Crystal Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. And as always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices guaranteed.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Jordan Love is throwing a league-leading 8 interceptions this year, where the Packers are still 5-2. Last year, Love only threw 11 interceptions for the entire season after throwing 3 touchdowns, but 2 more picks in Sunday's win over the Texans. Love says he's going to keep playing and learn from his mistakes.
You just got to play the game. Can't try and not be aggressive and just take checkdowns all day. You got to be out there and be aggressive and go win those games. I'm always play the way I play and learn from the mistakes and grow from them.
The Packers go for a 4th straight win Sunday when they visit the 2-5 Jacksonville Jaguars. Kickoff is set for noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
First time building your own nest? Call Tri-City. We'll do the rest. Our hometown lenders will put you at ease. Your home building process will be a breeze. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Joining us now on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Hall of Fame! Hall of Fame!
When did that get announced?
Ask him.
John Anderson of SportsCenter fame and ESPN, now going to be a professor shortly in his new life after broadcasting to help young aspiring broadcasters. It's John Anderson. Welcome to Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Thanks for the fight song. Big win over Auburn. Literally rescued a victory from the jaws of defeat. Very exciting weekend.
John, I have the YouTube TV 4-box going, and I was watching, and it might be sick of me, but I was kind of like watching as if I was you, and I was miserable.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, I should be used to this after 40 years, but it is, I just throw up with them every time. And I don't know why, right? I have the exact same interest in the Packers, but they don't turn me inside out like Mizzou is. And I don't know why that is.
Well, what's this Hall of Fame talk we got going on?
For what? I don't even know what you're talking about. In Missouri?
Sports Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we did. Yeah, did that. That was good. Very excited.
Did that. I went to the grocery store. Did that. Oh, I got into the Hall of Fame. Did that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Did you get to speak? What was given? Come on.
I did get to give a short speech. I had to go quick because my boy Chase Daniel was next. After that, I was really lucky though. I went in with another guy who ran with my coach. He was about 7, 8, maybe even 9 years before me. But I was really excited. So there was a couple other guys that had run for Coach Seal there, and we all kind of told the same stories about the impact he had and that we probably wouldn't have been there without him. And so that part was really, really amazing. And then when the guy said, listen, everybody in this Hall of Fame is just as much as part of the Hall of Fame as Stan Musial. And I went, okay, good. I can take that. I'll take that. If me and Stan the man are in, I'll take it.
John Anderson here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. John, how concerned are you with the Jordan Love decision making?
Not terrible, as long as he's going to decide to as long as it doesn't get down. Like the man does, he gets over it quick, doesn't he?
You know, Kyle said something to me where it's like, when he turns it over, he doesn't really get mad, so I really don't get mad.
No, for real, when he turned, because usually you saw C.J. Stroud frustrated in the game. He threw his helmet off, and you saw Aaron Rodgers looking at the iPad, slamming it down. Literally, Jordan Love will throw an interception. He'll lick his lips a little bit, take off his helmet, kind of shake his hair, his dreads a little bit, and sit down calmly and get ready to process what's next, man. I love it. It keeps me calm and collected as well.
Yeah, I just hope that he is learning with each one of those throws so that, we don't see them 3 games or 9 games or 3 years from now, or that we just keep doing it. Hopefully at some point we bank in our memory that is not the best throw to make here and there.
Because we will never discuss the one that we always try to forget, which is how the season ended last year.
Yeah, this is, if Homer's in earshot, be careful with that. That still troubles him a little bit.
Yes, and it should.
But like you said, we're so spoiled. Regardless of what you think of Aaron, we were spoiled because he just didn't throw picks. The fella in front of him threw a ton of them, even though the coach does not want to compare those two. That's fine.
It was fun ride watching him, though, wasn't it?
But we learned to ride with that guy and just go, okay, this is going to be it sometimes, and then he'll just pull us out. So I'm not overly concerned just yet. I'd like to see improvement 20 games into our career now. But like I said, I really enjoyed that the man responded just fine. And then, he's put a tough spot at the end there. And he went right down. And then, as I understand it, we have a new kicker. That happened while I was away.
Yes, sir.
I try not to dance on the grave of others, but I'm happy that fella's there kicking. Even I applaud them that they took they made that signing despite what maybe had some folks
little mini
thinking, giving away that they gave away some of the moral high ground. But it's amazing what happens. You make that kick, everybody's like, that's all right. Everybody deserves a second chance. And that young man obviously made a mistake, and we are going to support him as he grows as a person and as a young man, and hopefully he's better for it.
You teaching PR at Missouri or what?
Yeah, that's the way to spin it right there, John.
Exactly.
So John, every Tuesday, ESPN comes out with their power rankings, okay? And, you knew that the Packers were going to shoot up the list, but beating the Texans and looking good recently. But, boy, they shot ahead of a team I didn't expect. The Packers were 5, and the Vikings were 6. Now, I looked at that and said, okay, hold on. I get it. The Packers are good. They're playing well. I would have them high, too. But I can't rationalize why they're ahead of the Vikings. I'm the only one of this panel that believes that it should be flipped, that the Vikings should be ahead of the Packers. Okay, so where do you stand on this power ranking? Should the Vikings or the Packers be ahead of one another?
Well, first off, I have a greater appreciation now for all the time you have to fill every day that this is occupying some of your thoughts, that a random ESPN writer has decided to put the Packers ahead of the Vikings or vice versa.
A lot of real estate in these heads.
Cause the stir.
Yep. My thought was I saw the game played and I saw who won. So I would put, especially it was in the Packers stadium. So I think the purple team should be ahead of the green team just on that. And until that changes significantly, somebody loses 4 or something like that, I will go with the folks over there to the west of the Mississippi that should be ahead of the Packers. That seems to me to be fairly logical. I don't know who wrote it, but that doesn't mean I have to agree. And near as I can tell, right, that does not factor into the committee's decision when picking out the playoff teams.
John, are you convinced that we finally have a defense?
Right up until they'll be in a spot where I'm just going to, gosh, just once get them off the field. Again, we're like, what are we, 7 games in? We're 5-2. The whole league's,
Yes,
what are we,
sir.
week 8? Something like that, week 7? There's a while to go, but I like what they did. One of those times, and even though they held on for a field goal late, but every time there was a turnover, like they did give up points, and it's great they didn't give up. They gave up a touchdown once, right, and a couple field goals. So it's nice that you stop them, but like once in a while, just stone them and get them out of there. They are much improved. We'll say that. They are much improved, and I like that. I'll ride with these guys over the fellas that were there last year.
I need you some more credit now. C.J. Stroud threw for 86 passing yards. 86.
That was terrific. Yeah. Of course, they ran for 120, and they were.
John really does a good job of finding a reason to not be happy.
They were a minute and 46 from winning the game, fellas. Right, so it's good, and I guess technically they made a stop that they needed to there, so that was great. No, they're they're much improved. So I will take that, and I guess when you say, do we have a defense? Like, what is the standard?
I mean,
they're not the 75. They're not the 70 Steelers. They're not the 85 Bears.
But
they're not the doomsday defense.
But there's
I don't know.
something to them, right? I'm not saying we have an
They're
elite
better.
defense, but they are better, right? You have a game against Kyler Murray where you're able to slow him down. You slow down C.J. Stroud. Like, I'm impressed.
Yeah, yes, I am too, and they're better. I just don't know when you say like, do we have a defense? Like, what qualifies that you have a defense?
Not
like,
being
what is the
terrible
standard?
under Joe Barry, not being
okay.
bottom 25,
Well, then
not being
then
bottom
yeah,
16.
I'll take it.
All right, I like that, John.
Yeah, I'll take it. I just don't know, like when you say, do we have a defense? Okay,
we
got 11 guys out there
in the field. Yeah,
but I just don't. I just don't know when we say what is the standard in which you are now a defense, as opposed to just guys that are, which we had, at times they look like just, fire hydrants out there. So this is better. But if the idea is, they're not where the Packers Super Bowl defense was either of their last two. They don't have, those guys. They don't have anybody like Clay Matthews that's doing that kind of work. They don't have anybody like Charles Woodson.
Oh, they got McKinney.
Although McKinney's very good, but he's not Charles Woodson yet. I don't know if you watch Charles Woodson play. There's a reason that cat's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
John,
there's ways to go.
Do you just use comedy as a defense mechanism for your inner fan thoughts?
Can I or do I?
Do you?
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, like, if you want to go back, I have no confidence in anybody
you got
all the time.
so many scars. You need to heal from those.
Ask Homer. He saw Jerry Taggy play. You'd have scars too.
Of John Anderson, you get some sugar,
Homer,
but you damn well better be ready for the salt.
There's always salt at the end. Always.
I don't know when it comes, but it's always there.
John, just ask Homer. Hey, Homer, you saw Jerry Taggy play?
Yes.
You don't think that leaves a mark?
Yeah, well, or you have great knowledge on bad. So you don't ever have to judge. Do you think someone's bad? No, I've seen bad. I know bad.
I know bad, fellas, and it leaves a mark. That's all I'm saying.
I hope and pray I'll never become you in essence. I love you, John Anderson, but I hope I never see bad because I ever since
it's a tough way to live.
I just know the Brett Favre time. So Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and now Jordan Love. I hope this is last forever.
I am.
Do you wish a bad time?
Bad and kicking.
Yeah,
you know
but John, do you wish a bad time on Kyle so he has to experience the bad that you feel?
Thank you, John.
He must sound a little
Hell
bit
no. I hope nobody has to do that. Nobody should have to experience some of the things I experienced in the 70s.
Thank you, John.
No one
love
should.
you, man.
Kyle doesn't sound like an entitled fan, though.
Hey,
you should have to endure that,
let
right?
me live.
He's earned it. He's earned it.
What? By his mom and dad having him at the right time?
Yes.
Good on the Wallaces. That's all I got to say.
Listen, look at all the people that have grown up with great Wisconsin Badgers basketball, and some of us got Claude Stretch Gregory, who was all right, but it wasn't, it's a different time. So all those people that have great winning things now, I hope it never stops for them. They deserve all of that.
They don't know the greatness of Bob Duquette versus Steve Yoder.
Strove's got Ben Brust. Thanks, buddy.
Steve Yoder.
Oh, wow. That's what you're going to get in the Homer Hour. Bunch of olds.